There we go. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I accidentally bumped a button on my stream deck and it went to like the wrong screen. But here we are. So, always a top tier production at the Braythorn show. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm the aforementioned Braythorn, and we're gonna be trying to do some PC matchmaking tonight. See just how many people will say, I'm waiting for Black Friday. Which, valid, you know? I mean, heck, I've got a deal coming up for Black Friday, so yeah. Speaking of which, I know we've been missing some streams lately. TwitchCon trip along with San Francisco, and then like one PCM stream last week, and then an unboxing that made me skip Thursday and move to Saturday and things, whatever. But next Thursday I'll be missing stream because I'm going to be on a very special trip, a short trip. It's a short one. I'm going to be at the place for 2 days. I'm flying up before that. So basically I'm going to be gone Thursday night. Can't stream. But leaving Thursday, coming back Saturday. And it's going to be fun. And I was actually wondering if maybe I should do an IRL stream from there. I've been kind of setting that up and testing the idea. But I haven't really told you guys where it is and what I'm doing. So, but anyways, how are you guys doing? DJ Simple Green, welcome. How's it going? Exiled Wolf, it's going well. How are you? And Steve, welcome. Any proper space nerds tonight? I've got something to check for. 5th of November. Yes, there will be a supermoon on the 5th of November. That's right. Closest to Earth should be bigger and brighter than usual. That's it's because the moon doesn't orbit in a circle. It orbits in an egg shape, essentially. And we're looking at it being the bottom of the egg above us. Well, that's basically, yeah. So we're going to be looking at a big old moon. Yeah, we got 3 coming up, and then it's going to be a while. But I don't know. I hate to see it, but it happens pretty consistently. It's hard to leave to not stream for a little bit, because when you come back, it's like you have to build things back up after a while. And then when you shake things up, like not doing PC matchmaking or whatever, that affects it as well. So I always have to look at an opportunity cost of travel. So I try to keep it down to CES and CES, Computex, and TwitchCon. I don't know if I'm going to do TwitchCon next year. It was fun. I had an amazing time. And I might. But it's generally not something I make money on. So, Sick PCs, what's up, Mikey? How's it going? Chris Crawford, how's it going? Welcome. So proper Space Geek Bray, nice. I dabble. I do dabble. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at the sort of peak of PCs on Saturday. That was pretty fun. That thing is packed up, ready to go. Out tomorrow, and yeah, it's a really, really nice PC. I says, what's up? Well, I says, what's up with you? Welcome. Bring that down a little bit. Yeah. So I guess I can start talking. Maybe when a few more people are in, I'll start talking a little bit more about what I'm doing out there. I don't know if I should really have the tracking on when I'm in full cam mode. It's a little twitchy. Oh well. Yeah, so I've told you guys this before, that, you know, I used to cover Black Friday pretty often. I mean, every Black Friday, once a year at least. And just like find deals. And last year, I had the opportunity to make the deal, to make one of my own. And all right, Chris, have a safe drive. That was awesome. And it really helped me sort of zero in on finding a good deal for the kind of number of people that see my channel, which is not everybody. It's not a lot of people that are buying pre-builts, believe me. So I want to do that every year. It's gonna be a thing every year, different company every year. You know, there might be a repeat now and then, but not generally not like one after another. Like I'm not doing SkyTech this year. I did SkyTech last year. Yo, hey, there we go. Braxton1823 just subscribed at tier 3. That's 20 months of support. Let's go, nerds. Thank you, Braxton1823. How you doing? Good, good. Got your stuff all packed up, ready to go out the door tomorrow and make its way to you. Got it packed up perfectly the way I got it. So everything should be good. Adrian Gonzalez, welcome. How's it going? How's it going, Adrian? Jord, how's it going? It's Jord. Welcome. How you doing? So essentially for like let's take a quick look at something here. Okay, I got to get this stuff up and going. Yeah, sorry, Braxton. It was just some back pain after Saturday. I had to let it rest a bit. But as you saw, you might have seen in the message in Discord, I did make that little change that I was talking about. So it's gonna be nice. I think you're really gonna like it. And no dongle, no need for a dongle. Braxton PC en route. No, it's all boxed up. You know, just tweaked my back a little bit last week, so had to rest it up before you better believe I'm careful packing a very expensive computer like that. Well, any computer I pack, I do carefully, but yeah. So, what was I saying? I was going to bring this up. Let me do that. There we go. Cool. Thank you. Hope you're better. Yeah, I usually have to give it a day or two, and then I'm good to go. But yeah, so I want to show y'all something here. So, this, of course, is the anonymous statistics that I get from the forum, which now has, at least in this part right here, for the budget side, 328 responses. So, I mean, look, I tell you guys this before, like Family Feud surveys 100 people. This is not a small number of people who fill out this form in 2025. What is the two largest shares of this are the 1,000 to 1,500, and then the 1,500 to 2,000. They're almost equal. So last year we addressed both, but this year we needed to do just one. So basically we were aiming for around 2,000, and it's really just like absolutely min-maxing that budget, getting the most value possible, and I think you're really gonna like it. Especially with how much value we were able to pack into that budget. I mean, it's phenomenal. So, I'll just say this: next week I'm gonna be flying up to Chicago, and we're gonna do a very special live stream there. So, should be able to suss out the rest. FGN, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Braxton, again, thank you for the tier 3. That is crazy. I really, really appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much. 20-month streak is nuts. Thank you. But yeah, you guys know that when I do these Black Friday deals, I worry when I would be looking at Black Friday deals before, I would worry about the quality of the components. It'd be like, look, this is as busted down on price as it can get. Don't expect the top tier power supply or motherboard with a lot of I/O or any of that stuff. And while you can find probably some of the like CPU, GPU stuff, just those two components, if you're just searching based on those two things and price, if that's all you care about, well, I don't know if you're new here, but I hope that I've taught a little more than that, to care more about the balance of your system and the overall quality of the rest of the components too. You know? So when I do these, I really try to get the best that I can get for you. So it is a solid motherboard, solid power supply. So, everything else, the RAM, storage, everything, there is nothing left untouched on this system in terms of making sure it is very, very nice. And let me also say this. This is going to be a Black Friday PC that basically it's almost the same price as it would be just on PCPartPicker.com with you building it yourself with zero warranty. It's almost the same price. It is very close, which is crazy. Okay? Like, that's insane, particularly from this system integrator, because it's a boutique system integrator. And it's also the best, in my opinion, the best warranty in the industry. Turn me into a nerd. I enjoy your streams, learn so much. Braxton, I'm happy to hear that. And I know you're going to love this PC. I can't wait for you to get that all set up and gaming. You can guess who that might be with. All right, Jordan. Good. There you go. Second. Yeah, okay. So it's with Alexander PCs. It's with Alexander PCs. That's who it's with. Yeah. So I get, there you go. There's your information. It is with Alexander PCs, and it's going to be a really, really fun time. Also, during our live stream, we're not going to be doing a PC giveaway, no, but we're going to be doing a really cool other giveaway. We're still figuring out the fine details on that, but I think y'all are really gonna like it, especially because of this number right here. Almost just about 45% of my viewers want to stream. So of people who've submitted the form, 45% of people who submitted the form want to stream, which is fairly representative, I would guess, of my average viewer. Yo, Hayden, what's going on? Welcome. How are you? TJ Sparks, welcome. How's it going? I don't know if I didn't say hi to you before. I'm very sorry. I skipped right over you. That's my bad. So yeah, it's going to be like very, very close to the PC part picker price for these parts that we picked, that we picked together. TJ knows his stuff. We both got together, we chatted, and for a long time, and figured out every component for this system. And yeah, it's very, very good. System under $2,000, and it's like $50 off the PC part picker list. Built with the OS, installed, tested, stress tested, shipped, and warrantied. That's a crazy $50 right there. That $50 is pulling a lot of weight. But no, I think y'all are going to really love it. I know I do. And yeah, we're going to build one. We're going to build one, maybe two there on stream. So that means people who buy those, someone's going to get a system that I built and someone's going to get a system that TJ built. Although TJ builds a lot of systems, but the two people are going to get systems built live on stream, which is really cool. But it also means that pretty much everyone who gets one can see the process of them being put together if they just go watch that live stream. So I think it's a great idea. And it's kind of what I did last year. Instead of me being at SkyTech building the systems, they sent me all the parts and I built them myself. Baby and John, welcome. Good evening to you. How you doing? I do know. Thank you, George. Appreciate that. I think that there's too many unknowns when it comes to Black Friday, especially for spending upwards of $2,000 on a computer. Okay. I did really like that last year I was able to do a $1,200 system. That was really cool. It was $1,200 for one type, or there was the other type that was around $2,000. And that covered both of my main categories, price categories, which, I showed you in the graph there. And maybe I'll do that again next year, because I think that that's the smart thing to do. That, or you come to the middle, you go right to 1,500 or so. But this thing is like, man, it's really, really good. And there's going to be some options to it too. So it's not just like they're all going to be exactly the same. I mean, mostly, yes. But, things like storage and such. True, just got to see what's happening with prices. Things will fluctuate a lot. Yeah. And like I said, you'll be able to see something that somewhat on paper, a lot of SIs don't show like the motherboard that you're going to get, necessarily what power supply you're going to get, yada, yada, what brand it is, So on paper, there's going to be some systems that look like they're cheaper. And that's because parts-wise, they damn well are cheaper. And that's what you're getting, is you're getting, a cheaper computer. And that's fine. For most people, for a lot of people, that's going to be fine. But this is just sort of me saying, hey, I like this motherboard. Okay, who's been here long enough to hear me multiple times just watch me obsess over whether a motherboard is the right one or not? We went through a long process of elimination, TJ and I, with me going through, PCIe slots and bifurcation and all kinds of stuff to just and rear IO and all that stuff to just pick out the motherboard that I wanted in the system, and that he agreed on and all that. And it's really, yeah. It's something that I take very seriously as someone who's been streaming for a long time. Like, I don't know. I just go crazy if I see 5-6 USB ports on the back of a computer that costs $1,700 or something. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Not you all. I mean, like, motherboard manufacturers and PC building companies and stuff like that. A little bit. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. I'm excited to see the parts list. Yeah. Honestly, I'd love for you to hang out in the stream, Mikey, when that happens, because TJ is a super, super good dude. He's a very, very straightforward and solid individual. I think you'd like him. And I don't know. It's just, I think that I've worked with iBuyPower longer, but much more sparingly. Like, I don't work with iBuyPower that frequently, but it has been longer. But other than that, Alexander PCs was the company I've been working with the longest. So yeah, with SkyTech coming shortly thereafter and all that. But TJ's has been a solid dude for a really long time. He's the reason I started going to different cons and trade shows. He sort of helped me figure all that out in terms of, like, is it worth it? And I feel like sometimes it's still not, but I enjoy it so much. I'm just like, I'm not going to miss that. Like, it really helped me make a lot of connections and make a lot of friends, and in the industry, meet a lot of people who are now some of my favorite people. It's really cool. Like it probably pretty much probably because of TJ that I met Danny, the Nerd on a Budget, because he got me started going to those. Then I went to PAX West and Danny found me. He's like, "Yo, Braithorn, hey." I was like, "Dude, you know who I am? What the hell?" And then now we're just buddies. It's just weird. What a weird job. I like it. Okay, let's take a look at the PC Matchmaker form. See if anybody is. Yeah, since the last one, we haven't had anybody fill out the form. And I want y'all to understand, this is not going to be unique to this moment, okay? We're going to be seeing this probably up until, like, just, like, a week, 10 days, something like that before Black Friday. Got to figure out that bifurcation stuff, too, so the process can take a while sourcing the right parts. It can. Yeah, and then... And we found a really good one, or two really good motherboards. What does that mean? I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be a little slow on this. Two reasons. Again, I took a week and a half off of streaming, and then when I came back, it was a little shaky. So, yeah, honestly, when someone sort of like I don't know when Bray's gonna stream again, and then they sort of take you out of their routine, it could take a while. That's when you'll have someone who's like, "Hey, it's been a while since I've been here." Yeah, no, I'm still going, because I mean, honestly, personally, I'm sick of notifications, and I turn them off for a lot of things. Those of you who have my notifications on, like, thank you. I know the sacrifice you have made. At least I don't go live like all the time. Got me talking nerd stuff with people and making parts lists for friends lately too. It's fun. It is fun. It is. It's like, think of it like this. It's like character creation in a game. If you're the type of person who, like, character creation is the first chapter of an RPG, like that's how you look at it. I'm going to be here for a while. Let me make this character. Like, that's me, and that's one of the reasons I enjoy doing what I do. This character creation, but the character is a computer, and like the stat pool is the budget. Yeah, that works. A friend of mine does all the PC optimization stuff, so I sent him his way for tweaking stuff. Okay, as long as your friend is keeping things on the up and up, because there are some people who have taken other... optimization is a slippery slope, because it's very easy to take other people's optimizations and just charge people money to just copy paste stuff. If they're actually going in and doing real optimization stuff. But see, to me, this is the thing. A major part of optimization is not just going in, fixing things, and being gone. It's also teaching the person, your customer, how to keep the PC running well. Then I'm cool with that. Because the problem with optimizing an operating system is that can go away very quickly. You're back to square one with, not maintaining your OS. I know, I've done that. Like, I mean, I've been lazy with that stuff myself. FGN says, is it worth buying a 3D chip for the idea of next 5 to 10 years of GPU upgrades? Or do you think a 3D chip would handle an 80, 70? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I'll say this. People who have like a 5700X 3D are still fine. Unless they go with like a 5090. Then they'll actually see a benefit from upgrading their CPU. Which would then mean upgrading the whole platform. But there was no way to predict that would be the case. And remember, that was... Let me see. When did the... That was launched January 31st, 2024. It's not even 2 years old. So, FGN, I just want you to take the idea of 5 to 10 year predictions on computer hardware and throw that out the window, because we have no idea how fast it might progress over the next couple generations. Now, if you're looking at a platform, if you want to look at a platform where, hey, I can upgrade the CPU, AM5 is still solid. Sure, they might be launching a new socket in the next year and a half, 2 years, right? But they're still going to support AM5 for a while. They're still, like even in 2025, they launched chips for AM4, and they were supposed to stop support for that in 2020. So, but yeah, you got people asking that question about the 5700X 3D that was launched less than 2 years ago. Just in, yeah. So yeah, 5 to 10 years is really pushing it when it comes to that. Is it possible to upgrade a GPU in a laptop? David A, it is not, unless you're talking about a framework laptop that has the removable GPU. That laptop GPU is directly soldered to the board. Humanity, what's up? Emeridan, what's going on? Speaking of maintaining your OS, I just upgraded to Windows 11. Wow, congratulations, Mikey. Oh, he's partnered with a respected company. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Same Windows install I've upgraded since Vista. Now, do we need to go? Should I tell you why I think it's good to just? I mean, look, this OS over here I've got in my editing PC is the same one I've had for maybe 2 years. That's it. I do reinstall an OS, not regularly, but every couple years. I do that. What should I buy to start Skynet? Steve, buy NVIDIA. The entire multi-trillion-dollar company. They're already well on their way. Package, what's up? Welcome. I have every single file I've downloaded since 2008. All right, cool. So self-incriminating. Got it. Yeah, see, Peter said it is with framework. There you go. Buying NVIDIA is light money. Okay. Do it. David A, no problem. Some laptops can use an eGPU, which is an external GPU. But then you're looking at full-on brand new laptop money to get that eGPU if you want a high-end one. So, yeah. It's one of those things we kind of have to wait and see. Then that's what I figured. Just wanted some professional advice. Appreciate it. No problem. It's really just about expectations. When it comes to your PC, here's one of the main things that I try to impart upon those who are just embarking upon their PC journey. Like they've always been console gamers and they're just getting their first PC. Well, it is a very, very different experience being a PC gamer. When you've been buying consoles since you were a kid, you've been on consoles, you've been getting consoles, whatever. Especially if you get a console around launch time, you're used to that console being quote unquote cutting edge for the next 5 years or whatever, 4 years. They might release a mid-cycle refresh where it's like slimmer and maybe a little bit faster or whatever, or it's cheaper. But it's the same tech. It's mostly the same tech for sometimes 5-6 years. FGN, thank you for the $1 super chat. Appreciate that. You don't have to do that when you ask a question, though. But thank you. I do appreciate the support. Thank you. When you move over to a gaming PC, and like there is definitely a feeling of like, oh, I bought the latest and greatest. Yeah, this is more powerful than blah, and yada yada. Like that can last you maybe 6 months, maybe a year. You can't really put yourself in this the same mindset as a console gamer. You can't do that. First off, go look at a Steam hardware survey. Look at what the top GPUs still are. They're usually 1, 2, sometimes 3 generations back. Same thing with CPUs. most gamers on PC are having an awesome time with older hardware, and even at the time when it was new, it wasn't even the top of the line. They don't care. They're having a great time. They have the biggest gaming library in the world, right? In the industry, available to them because they're gaming on PC, and you can mod games. You can have a great time. Good. Love PC gaming. But if you're obsessed with constantly having the best thing out there, well, good news. It's fairly easy to upgrade a GPU. Unless you cheap out on your power supply. Don't do that. CPUs are, of course, a more difficult topic to wrap your head around when you're just getting into this. Okay, so why can't I put an Intel CPU on an AMD motherboard, huh? What's the deal? Why haven't y'all sorted this out yet? Zintech, what's up? Got my new PC and I love it. Nice. Got a power spec. Okay. 9800X Street and 5080. That's going to take you a long way. I got my first PC last Christmas and then my second like 45 months ago. That's 2 PCs in less than a year. Interesting. And I still feel all the satisfaction from clicking the mouse on Windows and being able to change the graphics settings. Yeah. But why 2 PCs in less than a year? I don't remember. You may have said already. Sorry. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. I think you did mention that. Yeah. Sad. For real. Steve, I still use my PS3 from time to time. Yeah. There you go. I think I bought the PS3 after they added HDMI. Like mine, or am I thinking about the Xbox? I got the Elite with HDMI. There we go. And the Elite, Xbox 360 Elite. I just did both at that time in that generation. And then those 2 plus the Wii, and I just kind of fell off other than a PS4 after that. But then even then it was like, I just played a few games. It really wasn't much. For a long time I was a PC gamer through my youth. And then when I don't know, I sort of like took a break from that and I was doing more console gaming. And then I went back to PC and I hadn't really looked back. Wish I still have my PS1 too. PS2s also can't swim, I found out. Yikes. I could have told you that. You could have just asked. I'm sorry. How's it going? You're back to better. Yeah, it is. Ash, it is. Ashvid. Thank you. I irritated it on Saturday for sure during that stream. But as it goes, I usually don't like, unless I do something super wrong and I really just like mess up my back again. I usually don't know until a little bit later. Like I'll get a little warning like, uh-oh, hey, you're going to feel this later on. And I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, thanks. But yeah. I bought a release PS2, PSX, PS2 combo. Still worked fine last I used it. But I only kept it for the FMV chrono trigger. That's awesome. Yeah. I don't even own an HD TV anymore. Really? Okay. But yeah, FMV chrono trigger. Hell yeah. At least I found out I can swim. I mean, that's the most important of all package. You can replace stuff. You can't replace yourself or other people. Yeah. Yeah, the PS3 was really an interesting system. Like, it's one of the reasons Blu-ray is still around, or was around for a long time anyway, till digital content took over everything. But it was interesting. I mean, it was more of a home theater experience than the Xbox. And I used it as that. Like, I had my gaming PC, but like I had my PS4 to my TV and I'd watch like Netflix on that, stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I even had the PS4 media remote. believe it or not. I stopped gaming on console because I can just plug a controller into my PC. Yeah. The reason I played on console for a while was it was before they had moved GTA 5. They brought GTA 5 over to PC, and I loved GTA 5, so I play that. Once they put it on PC, I was like, all right, I'm done with console. Like, that's it. I'm good. Other than little, Nintendo for Zelda games and Pokemon, I'm done with consoles. Like, literally, I don't ever need a console again. Never. Like, I mean, the Switch. I don't know. To me, it's almost like I don't think of Nintendo as like the Switch as a console as much. I think of it as, this is what I play Zelda on. Like I do. It is my main thing that I take around with me for gaming when I'm traveling. Yes, but it's only a few games that I play on there. Like, I don't play everything under the sun on the Switch. I'd rather just get it on Steam. So it really is past time for me to look at something like a Steam Deck or an Ally X or something like that. Yeah, it's beyond time for that. The only thing is, I play a lot of games that are like, maybe they're retro styled or something like that. Like, I really prefer playing Silksong with a D-pad. It's much better for me. I can do much quicker controls and more precise controls that way. And with something like a Steam Deck, the D-pad is not optimally placed for constant use. So that bothers me, for sure. You could play without a subscription on PlayStation. Wait, what? Oh, when the Elder Scrolls 6, GTA 6 get a PC release, I can't wait to test my new PC to play them. Oh, for sure. I don't use my Switch for Zelda, nothing else. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I like Pokemon games too. I am not a lifetime Pokemon fan for sure. For me, it was more of a recent thing. I think I might have started... Well, okay. I played some emulated Pokemon games. Mostly, I think it was because I'd seen some Let's Players that I liked that were like, Pokemon's awesome. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't grow up with it as much. It wasn't around me as much, But like, then I started playing some retro ones, and then Sword and Shield came out, and I was like, yo, this looks pretty cool, actually. And then Legends Arceus, and I was like, yo, this is awesome, actually. And then I got really into it. So now, I mean, I feel, and also I'd watched a bunch of the anime with my kiddo. Like, we watched a lot of the anime. I'm not saying I didn't know anything about Pokemon. I just didn't play the games. I didn't have... The only handheld Nintendo system I ever had was the original Game Boy. I never had a DS, the 3DS, Advance, none of those. So I didn't. That's why it was like Pokemon. That's like one of those. That's just a Game Boy game. Ari, my girlfriend, grew up playing like every Pokemon game. On Advance and 3DS and all Game Boy and all that. So yeah, she's like way into it, and that's really cool. Yeah. Pal is a PS4 non-PC guy. I don't see that much of a difference, except 4 has no real internet, can't swap movies, music, etc. A bit of a downgrade and a lot. Yeah, I haven't messed with the PS5 or the Xbox, whatever the hell they named it this generation. So I don't know what the experiences are like. Yeah, it's pretty good over here. Even GTA 6 is a game I was really wanting to play. I'm not even buying a console for that. Can't bring myself to front the cost for one game. FGN, I'm close on that one. I am close. I'm thinking like find a used PS5. Not a Pro, none of that. Just a used PS5. If maybe a used PS5 Pro. Because I've been playing GTA games since GTA 3. It was really, like I said, once they moved GTA 5 to PC, I was like, I don't need consoles anymore. Now I'm just like, but however, it did take forever for GTA 5 to come to PC. Like forever. Like years. Damn. So, yeah, it's rough. Before my first PC, I had an ROG Ally X with 4TB SSD with half memory on Bazite and half on Windows. That's awesome. Dual booting on an Ally X. That's very cool. Dundee, Scotland. GTA started here. The OG studio is still here. It's a cute little flat that looks out of time. That's super cool, Steve. Go knock on their door and say, hey, this one bald guy on the internet says you need to put it on PC at launch. Like, that's where it has the chance to run at its best. No locked at 30 FPS. Imagine buying a PS5 Pro and being like, I'm going to game at 30 FPS. Like, that's all I get. Why don't you just make it 24, like a movie? An NES and a SNES with only a handful of games. I have lots of nostalgia for Nintendo. Suffered through Blaster Master, hoping my parents wouldn't turn it off as it had no saves or passwords. I remember Blaster Master. That's a core memory for me. Actually, or Chaos, they have a remake thing of Blaster Master that's pretty cool. It's like a group of games with sequels. It's pretty cool on the Switch that you can get. It's really cool. And you can save it now. You can do save states. So, yeah. I finally beat Blaster Master in the Switch era. I never beat it as a kid, but I loved playing it. The music... Oh man, I'm gonna get copyright struck because that was too perfect. Anyways, love Blaster Master, man. I love that game. This freaking frog just growing into a monster. I'm like, what the hell, man? Yeah. I play on the Switch, but I refuse to pay for online. So Zintac. Honestly, Zintac, the emulator thing's pretty dope. That's the only reason that I as much of a Metroid fan as I am, the only reason I played Fusion is because they have it for the Game Boy Advance emulator. Like all I had to do was cancel a streaming subscription I hadn't used in a while, and I was like, cool, this just paid for my Nintendo subscription. Might join Discord for you guys and send you all a pic of it. Are you not in the Discord, Steve? You're in like every stream, bud. What's up, Alucard? How's it going? If you remember the first one, it had a West Kirkton era. Kirkton's a real housing scheme. PJ's here. Really? I never played the first Grand Theft Auto. I know it was very different from GTA 3. It was just a top-down, run-around shooter game, right? My friend has a PS5 and he just uses it as his media center. They're really good for that. They are, yeah. That's what I mostly use my PS4 for, other than playing GTA 5. So I had the GTA 5 on PS3, then PS4, then PC. I played that game a lot. Yeah. Still trucking along on a PS4 Pro for now. Haven't played it in forever, though. Mine is tucked away somewhere, and it's not the Pro. I don't even know where it is. I got the PS2 for Final Fantasy X. In the era, certain console games were console only. That's true. That's still the case unless you're Xbox. And they're just giving all their exclusives to PlayStation, apparently. That's what I did for Pokemon Scarlet, lol. I bought a used Switch. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, Scarlet and Violet run amazingly well on the Switch 2. It's almost like the Switch 1 had already out-of-date hardware when it freaking launched. And then they had that for like 7 years. 6-7 years. Zelda at 30 FPS was fine. I guess so. It's better at 60. I can tell you that. It's just people are used to modern graphic. Well, okay, console gamers, maybe not. Maybe not. Never mind. Higher frame rates are a newer thing for console gamers. I know that. To my understanding. More UE5 shenanigans if it runs at 30 FPS. I'm way behind on chat. Holy crap. Y'all just still going. This is me trying to respond to just everything all the time. Thoughts on upgrading expensive parts for aesthetics? Buying a 140 or 80 US dollar AIO because it looks cool. Sure. If you want to, sure. It's like, seriously, You don't have to justify that to anybody. It's your PC. The thing about it is, like, when I tell people don't upgrade unless you need to or whatever, that's not like the law. That's just this one dude's opinion. You spend your money however you want to. I might say my suggestion is this, or like, what are you doing? Doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. Sure. Like, no, you can upgrade your AIO if you just want that aesthetic. Sure, of course. There are a lot of people out there who will buy pre-built with cheaper parts than what they would have wanted because it's what their budget allowed. And over time, they upgrade things even if they don't really need it because they want the PC they originally wanted, but they couldn't afford it at the time. That's cool thing about PCs. One of the many, actually. Or PSX, the OG gray console. Wait, what? I played very first one. Still own it. PS1. It was just called the PlayStation back then. Just chilling now, running some partial list ideas for the all-red PC. Nice. MLG AIO for the MSI Height X50 build I'm working on. My consoles have not been turned on in forever. Same. Well, my Switch. Never mind. Back in the day, I had a Voodoo 3 3500 TV. I even ran my VCR through my inputs and used my monitor to watch VHS movies when I lived in an apartment. Yeah, that's cool. What I like about my new PC case is it has dual 160mm fans. Okay, yeah. That is nice. The Switch was just a renamed NVIDIA Shield. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at this point, if it gets a PC release, I'm just going to play it on PC. But if it doesn't get a PC release, I'm going to find myself purchasing a console. It's just like Rare Replay is only on Xbox. So the way it works usually, like this is not new, for Rockstar is they will launch their game on console and then a while later, they'll launch it on PC. Like, they don't want to launch it on PC right off the bat because we're a bunch of cheapskates. For a lot of games, there are a lot of gamers out there. Of course, there's millions of people who buy games at launch and whatnot, right? Sure. If they're really big titles everybody's been waiting for. Like, Rockstar's got to understand. They can launch GTA 6 on PC, and we will pay full price. But the way they see it, we're going to wait for sales. So what? It seriously is one of those, like, for a lot of people, a must-play game. Bo. Apparently, is that Bo or B-O? I'm not sure, but apparently, I suppose maybe this is a thing where you're from, maybe from, you know, the county you're in or whatever, that the way of greeting people is by saying this GPU versus or this GPU. You know what? No, Bo, the answer to that question, 5070 versus 7900 XTX, is clearly just 5090. So, there you go. Between those two, it's actually 5070. If you're going to give me zero context as to what you're going to do with it, what resolution you're gaming at, what type of games you're playing, and really just barely any information to work off of, 5070, sure. Looks cool is the only argument that doesn't have a comeback. I mean, yeah. I mean, anything's subjective. That are on theme or something. If I have tons of extra money, I might change case fans like their clothes playing with it. I got Silent Wings 4 fans at release just to play with them. TLDR, they basically discount Noctua. That's awesome. Noctua needed a discount. My dad kept his old SNES, so I had the luxury of growing up with an Xbox 360 and a SNES. That's awesome. I wish I still had my SNES from back in the day, plus my Sega Genesis and my Sega CD and all that. I loved gaming like growing up, and I just, you know, I miss all that stuff that I had. Like it's not like and I say this because I didn't have a lot. Okay, like I was about to make it sound like I had a lot. No, never got an N64. Never got a like a Dreamcast or GameCube or any of those. It was NES, SNES, and then from a pawn shop we got a Sega CD, Sega Genesis, Sega CD combo thing that was really cool. It was like a way smaller version of the one that you used to stack. Yeah, it was really cool. I wish I'd kept that stuff because like we didn't grow up with a lot of, you know, my mom's single mom, raising 2 kids, and just working a lot, doing all that stuff. So like trying to keep things going. So we didn't have a lot of stuff, but I was very happy to have the things that we did. I played the hell out of the few games I had. I'll tell you that. It is, but it's got Power Spec on it instead of Lee and Lee. Oh, that's cool. Bone Shot, good evening. Gee, as someone who's only built 2 PCs, me, well, you, it's gonna be so much work swapping my coolers, GPU, then building a whole other PC for my brother and setting that up all within 3 days. It's not gonna be too bad. I think I'll be surprised. It's not too bad. Just plan it out well. Like plan out your order of operations well, where you don't have to redo anything or undo anything that you just did. Unless the game is Persona 6, people probably won't pay full price at release following how beloved Persona 5. Okay. Well, GTA 5 is still selling. Okay, people still buy GTA 5. Like Grand Theft Auto games. I mean, how long has it been since GTA 5 launched? ...2013, a 12-year-old game that still has a lot of players playing its online and buying stuff, giving Rockstar money, which has allowed them, of course, they have, you know, they still have Red Dead and all that, but like to allow them to take 12 years, soon to be 13 years to make the sequel. Like, people were dogging on Team Cherry for taking 6 years to release Silksong. Bro, double that. That's Rockstar for the next GTA game. And people are still paying money into that game, into 5. People will buy it at full price. They would buy it at full price on PC. I promise you that. They've waited over a decade for it. Steam Summer Sale is Rockstar's biggest threat. Like, if they didn't put it on that sale, people would still buy it. I don't think y'all... like, I feel like I'm being talked to by people who aren't fans of GTA. Like, it is the most anticipated game probably in the history of gaming. Like, full stop. It's insane, the fervor around this game. Like, it was like worldwide news when Rockstar said, "Oh, it's going to be 2026," and everybody, the whole world was like, "What?" Yeah, it's like that. Whereas when I was on PS5 for Ghost of Yote, I know PC isn't seeing it for a while. Yeah. Sony has been sending their titles to PC eventually. Yeah. PC gamers, we just gotta be patient. We're not. We gotta try. GTA 5M is partially the main reason the game is still getting bought on Steam. Jord, let me tell you something. Do you know why why 5M is so successful? It is supported by Rockstar. It is approved of and supported by... What other game studio that big supports people modding their games and making money on that to run their servers? Like, I mean, the people who modded it, who make these servers and communities, they are making money. And Rockstar's like, hell yeah, dude. So that's like... And what does that lead to? Rockstar ain't dumb. It leads to people, because 5M says you got to have a legit copy of the original game. And Rockstar's like, oh, you hear that, guys? Let's go. So the reason is not necessarily 5M. It's because Rockstar supported 5M. Instead of being litigious and being like, oh, we're going to sue you because you took our game and you just... Nintendo. Rockstar does what Nintendo don't. Peak with Sega CD with 32X and all 3 games that utilized it. Yeah, Sonic CD was rad. That was a fun game. I called in sick to work for GTA on GTA 5 on PS3. Hell yeah. I'll buy that day one if I could. Yes, GTA 6 is not a myth. It's real, Adam. It's real. It's just real late. I'll buy it second release PC. That's what I'm saying. PC plus 6 is revisiting Vice City, the most awesome release. Like, Vice City was great. I'm really happy to see them doing that. I really wish they would just do a multi-city game, but that would take them 20 years to make. Like, imagine being able to go from Vice City and run around all San Andreas. Like, fly from there to San Andreas, and you're good to go. It would have to be, it would cut to it, right? Because they're not going to build the entire fake country. But, yeah, they're integrating RP into GTA 6, I assume, too, which would be insane for traffic. The thing is, GTA Online took a while to come out, too. It's going to be story mode. That's it for a while. Like, all of y'all who are, like, as excited for GTA 6 to come out on PC and for there to be an online mode, go back and look at the timeline of release of GTA 5, launch of GTA Online, GTA 5 on PC. There's a lot of time in between those 3 things. A depressingly large amount of time. Cyberpunk had tons of hype back in the day. All depends on when GTA 7 or something will take over the hype down the line. It's funny. You're like, yeah, the one we know what's going to be hyped up more than this? Its own sequel. Yeah. I was just there for the we got X before GTA 6 thing. Yeah. What's up, Bergie? How's it going? There was no announcement from Discord. If you're talking about on the announcements channel, that's only when I'm doing a special stream. There is a channel called We Live. That one has all of the... It's always going to be announced right there. Or, Bergie, you can turn on the notifications for the Twitch streams and you'll get those noticed. There you go. But yeah, I just do announcements when it's going to be a different kind of stream or if I'm going to be late or miss a stream. A lot of people... I feel like you can't say the thing a lot of people say. You can't say that anymore. Or a lot of people hear, because I just hear it in my head as a lot of people, and I'm just like, oh God, what people? What people? Who are you talking about? No, if you don't know what I'm talking about, lucky you. A lot of people hear that I built a computer and go, ooh, wow, so impressive. That's very cool. But it's really just slotting stuff together and plugging in stuff. Indeed it is. Indeed it is, Ashbed. I've single-handedly that's given Rockstar so much money that I think that I deserve early access. About that. And the fact Rockstar is making Dr. Evil level money for GTA 6. Well, they need to. Alucard, like the cost of making GTA 6, like the cost of developing a AAA title over a few years is already crazy. Make that like 6 or 7 years. Or something crazy like that. They have spent billions of dollars on GTA 6. Billions. Chief Honcho, what's up? Long time no see. Life been whooping me. Chief Honcho, first off, I'm sorry to hear that. Secondly, I don't know if you meant to rhyme that, but that just came out real slick. That's good. But I'm sorry to hear things been going rough. You know, I feel you though. I feel you. I'm happy to have you here. Welcome back. And hope life stops doing that. It's pretty rude of life to do that. There goes Man 3, but Vice City with the music. Oh, yeah. If you like 80s stuff, Vice City is going to be your jam. Valve is also chill with modding. They are. Because it's not their games. They're just a platform. They're just a retail platform for games. Like and it's also social too. So you have like friends and stuff. It really comes down to the game publishers. I thought the only other was Bethesda with Skyrim mods. Now Bethesda's cool with it. Now Bethesda is cool with it. Before they weren't, but like after everything went well, they were okay, I guess. Like they weren't the way Rockstar is, where they like pretty much officially support it. But now the thing is, it has to be very clear that it cannot affect your GTA Online account and character, and that you're not hacking that kind of character, where it's an official GTA Online character, because then you get in trouble with that, you know. But Bethesda pulled the scummiest move. The worst move. So here is how Bethesda supports their gamers, their fans. Because the commonly said thing is like, the modders will fix it when it comes to Bethesda games. Like, oh, cool, that sucks. But that's what they get for using a very, very old engine. So, you know, that old Todd Howard must not like that. I imagine he doesn't like that mentality very much. Like, you don't need to fix my game. I was in a chess club. Okay. All right. Calm down. All right. So Starfield comes out to like absolute disappointment. Disappointed a lot of people. I enjoyed specific parts of that game. That was it. I played it and I was like, Skyrim in space, huh? Yeah, that didn't work out, did it? But everyone was like, yeah, modders will fix this. And sure enough, I started finding cool mods, you know, on Nexus mods. And I was like, well, this is improving the game. Hell yeah, look at all these custom parts for ships. Whoa, this is cool. So what did Bethesda do? What did they do to support that mentality of like, you know what? Yeah, we screwed up with this game. It has problems. We're going to fix this. We hear you guys. So you say mods will fix this? Absolutely. Now you have to pay for those. And yeah, there's official mods that you got to buy that make the game better. Their game that they sold for full price. Legary, what's up? Welcome. Oh, bro, a YouTuber called TMT did a video where he threw shade at SkyTech and iBuyPower. He was comparing pre-builts to do-it-yourself. Cool. That's a new mentality, new perspective. Never heard that one. Jeez, Sailor. By the way, Sailor, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Edge Runners did a lot for Cyberpunk, that's for sure. It's not going to be more than... It's not going to be 6 months, Peckish. It's going to probably be a couple years. Like, online was already complex. Unless that's the reason they're delaying it. Like, if they're delaying it an extra year to launch it with online play, I'm 100% for that. But, like, GTA 5 is a complex game. GTA 6 is going to make it look like Pac-Man. It's going to make GTA 5 look like Pac-Man in terms of complexity. Very likely. So, with that in mind, the online is going to be even harder to develop and balance and make playable. So, if they're not taking this extra year, I think they said May 2026, right? Something like that. If they're not taking this extra year to try and launch it with online, then it's going to be a couple years. A year or two, at least. Just going to wait to see how many people are going to take off for GTA 6 the week of launch. So much company productivity is going to tank. That's true. Starfield, the melatonin of gaming. Loading screen, the game. If the modders get paid from Bethesda, then that would be somewhat a win-win. They do. They get a small cut. But I don't think Bethesda deserves a penny of that. They don't deserve any of that money. That should all go to the modder. Why does the Bethesda get any of that money? They already got all the money for the game. Like, and everybody freaking like memed it. It was bad. And literally modders are going to these empty planets and adding the content that Bethesda should have. They're putting like their blood, sweat, and tears into this. And Bethesda's like, yeah. Bring that right over here. Hey, look at this guy. This guy right here. Yeah, he fixed the game. Yeah. Go ahead and give him your money. Hey, I'll take that. Here you go. Here's there. That is for you. And just go buy yourself something nice. That's Bethesda, bro. It's not okay. I'm done. I'm done with Bethesda, man. I got nothing more for them. I got nothing more for them. After that move, they will never get another penny from me. I talked about it before, but keep freaking out. Sometimes I see people say having 4 PCIe lanes is going to make my PC perform horribly. We did have a whole talk about this. Yes. It will affect your GPU. Yes. Worth upgrading i9 12900K to 9800X 3D? Or should I wait for new gen? Trip, what are you doing with it? Are you gaming? Are you gaming in 4K, 1080p? What's going on with that? Like, you gotta give me more than that. Oh, see, there. Alucard asked it. Streaming and playing Tarkov mostly. Is it not running well on the 12900K? Upgrade if it's not running well. If it is, then leave it be. Don't touch it. I need to catch up with just like stay caught up with chat because I'm not. Peckish, you could probably deal with it for 5 months. I mean, that's not up to me. If you come in and say, hey, is this going to affect my performance? My answer is going to be, yeah. You're the one who has to decide whether it's going to bother you or not. I can't tell you. I don't know. I've never tested an 8500G versus a 7600X. I've never tested those two next to each other. So, hold on. Sorry, a little cable management thing was bending my HDMI and I didn't like it. Okay. Better than No Man's Sky in the beginning. 20-30 minute loading time for interstellar travel. 20 to 30 minute? Jesus, just play Elite Dangerous or something. How much does GTA 6 need to make in order to break even with production costs? I have no idea. I don't have those numbers. That probably copy paste that into Google. Let me know what it tells you. Google will know better than I do. If it's only used gaming, streaming, maybe a trip. But that's in the entire motherboard, potentially RAM and more upgrade. Yeah, if you have DDR4, you're going to have to buy DDR5, and right now is not a good time to buy DDR5. Oh no. It's a shame. Only Bethesda game I play are the Doom games. Other than that, I don't play anything else. I guess there is Doom. It really doesn't all in Australia. It's cheapest AM5 CPU in the entire country by around 150, like 30%. And it's not insanely bad raw performance. Raw performance is peckish is what you keep asking us about. If you want, like, if you're asking us, hey, is this going to be bad at this? And then you're going to argue that it's fine. Don't ask. If you ask somebody a question with a determination to not change your mind or do anything about it, why? Are you just wanting to argue? Or are you looking for just validation? We won't just tell you what you want to hear. I don't know if you're going to get far telling people the stuff they have sucks without helping. Peckish. I understand. Or Chaos, first off, is just another chatter, okay? They're not here. They're not here in an official capacity to help you. So getting far, what do you even mean getting far? Get far as a person in chat? What is that supposed to mean? Look, Peckish, you're welcome here, but don't start stuff, okay? That's your first and last warning. If you ask people's opinions, don't get mad when they give them. Okay? If you come out asking for opinions and you get angry when they give them to you, when they answer your questions, you're not going to get far doing that. Okay? What a thing to tell somebody when they're just somebody else in a chat with you. Like that, what an odd way to talk to someone you don't personally know. Like, anyway. Hey, what's your opinion on this? Well, blah, blah, blah. Hey, screw you. You're welcome for answering your questions. Yeah, that kind of mentality bothers me, so don't bring that here, okay? I know it sucks to be stuck with, like, remember this, okay? Whatever hardware you have now, future you will not have that hardware. At some point, you're going to upgrade. It's not going to be a concern anymore. Just tough it out. You'll be all right. Unfortunately, I bought Starfield on Xbox Series X. Yeesh. Yep, no modding that. Although I think they're don't they now have mods in game? Like that's the one benefit. If you're not on PC, you kind of need their mod marketplace. So I guess that's kind of cool. I suppose I didn't think of it from a console gamer standpoint. If that works for console gamers, then I'm for it in that perspective. Okay, bet. I'm currently planning it out. Figured it has a bit of life left, but 1200K runs pretty hot and isn't amazing with Tarkov. How long have you had that 12900K in there? Of course, the 12900K runs hot all the time. It was designed 12th, 13th, and 14th gen CPUs. We're all kind of designed to go to 100 degrees Celsius and figure things out from there. That's very normal for those. Silent Furies, what's up? Okay, I got you. I appreciate the apology. It's not catastrophic. If you're asking if it is going to bottleneck your performance, as much as I don't like the term bottleneck because it gets misused all the time, that actually is a literal bottleneck. It will limit your performance. To what extent, we just won't know. We don't know. My thing is just enjoy what you have as long as you can until you can upgrade it. If you're in that situation where you're like, I can get this right now and that later, then that's how that's going to go. Just understand for certain games, you will need to lower settings as much as you can to have the smoothest experience. Yeah. Since release. Okay. You might want to think about repasting the CPU, like just clear off that thermal paste with some isopropyl alcohol and a good cloth, or a good quality paper towel, not the kind that leaves behind a bunch of, fibers and stuff. And wipe that off really well. Wipe off your what kind of cooler are you running on that, by the way? Is it a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler? If not, that's what you should be using. Clean off the cold plate on that as well. And put on some new good thermal paste on there. See if that'll help a little bit, if it's been a long time since you've gotten that thing. I'm just happy playing the Battleship Missouri and World of Warships. It's been my most satisfying purchase, period. Hey, I'm happy you're having a good time, Sailor. Username checks out, as always. But yeah, Silent Furies, I'm doing well. Hope you are too. You have a lot of limitation on performance, but by a decent percentage, but should not be super brutal. That's okay. It's okay. We get Google questions in here often. It's all right. You won't always find the answers you're looking for on forums. How often did Young Bray watch War Games? I got the DVD, so okay. Is Cyberpower PC bad? Yeah. Okay. Their customer support is terrible. I have a whole video on it from, I think it was late last year that I did this, and they haven't changed anything as far as I know. But they don't know how to, at the time, they didn't know how to utilize things like reverse flow fans or how to do, they had systems on their website that are all exhaust fans, all exhaust. Just think about that for a little bit. It's just not good cooling. It's not good. It's not a good cooling design unless your case is designed for it, and these weren't. But they also have the worst track record for customer service in our own community. In our SI Testimonials group of channels, we have a Cyberpower PC channel in the Discord that you can take a look at, where you can read customer service reviews from actual buyers within the community. So go check that out. I got one. It's been nothing but problems. Just wanted to know if it was just me. Guess you didn't see my video then. Sorry to hear that. They won't take it back, nor will Amazon. How long have you had it? If it's less than 30 days, then yeah. No, you got to do something about that. They need to take it if it's less than 30 days. Cyberpower customer service. What are you calling for? Yeah. Greenwave, just, you know what? I want to look this up because we all need to be reminded of how wonderful of a moment this was. Okay, we got to find this moment. It's absolutely beautiful.
PC for gaming.
Okay, you can only place the order online.
Wow.
Okay, I just want to get a good recommendation.
Have you checked our website yet?
This is Cyberpower PC's exemplary customer service.
Yes.
What type of system are you looking for?
Well,
I don't know. A gaming one.
I'm not too familiar with PCs, so I'm not sure what would be the best one for my price range.
Okay, 1 second.
Well, he's helping her now.
Yeah, he sounds really enthused
He
about
should
it.
not. It should not have gotten to this point.
I would recommend i7 or Ryzen 7 or above, and video
or
card
above.
4060 or above. We do have some of those in stock for pre-builds. They're ready to ship the next business day.
Okay. Are you gonna give me any more detail on that?
Anything?
Actually, a lot is sold out right now.
Stock issues again.
Sorry, what is your price range?
2,000 Canadian,
Canadian.
1,400 US.
You can tell her patience level is like.
Yeah, like I said, a little.
Let
bit
me just do the currency conversion for you because I don't feel like explaining about.
No, this is
Canadian
from the
dollars
beginning of the call.
A little bit of chit chat and a little bit of friendliness. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it's in the background.
You don't need a very high graphic intense video cards, correct?
I don't know.
I don't believe so. I'm not too familiar with PCs and stuff like that.
Like what type of games do you play?
Okay. Finally.
Currently, I play
He got there.
Minecraft
He
and
got
Rocket
there.
League.
Are you on the website?
Yes.
If you can click on pre-built PCs on the top, call the pre-built gaming PC GLX 99614.
Wow, it's cheap, $11.99. You get a 4060 Ti.
It's a good price.
Honestly, this is probably the best price we've seen.
Oh,
so
maybe we
far.
did miss it.
Decent config.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay, all right, thank you.
20.
Thanks for calling CyberPower PC, makers of the best gaming systems.
Yo, the best.
22 seconds wait time.
Sure.
No problem. She'll be directed where she needs to go.
I wanted to buy a PC.
So you can just place the order online.
Where did they say it?
What?
What?
What are you calling for?
Oh, we did. Yeah, there you go. What are you calling for? Just place the order online. What's wrong with you? What do you mean you need help? It's just, it's terrible. It's bad. It's just not good. Like every one of these other companies, I believe did better. I don't know if there was one that did worse. Now, Starforge, of course, does not have a phone number that you can call. That's their bad. I've felt for a while that they should fix that. They should change that. Starforge having really good phone service would really fit their whole thing. But they don't have it. You just have to email them. But they are helpful over email, from what I understand. So there's that. Anyway, so what are you calling for is so perfect for CyberPower PC. Every other one that did fine except Dell. Yeah, Dell. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I was pretty disappointed by the win. Or Chaos. Yeah. Sounds like a used car salesman on Thoracine. Yeah. What's up, Robert? How's it going? I sent it to warranty and they sent it back with the same problems as well as charging me $400 for shipping. Greenwave, that is crazy. Jeez. Look, I'm gonna ask you to do something, okay? I wish I had better news for you. I don't, unfortunately, and this is why CyberPower, like a lot of people think CyberPower, same thing. No. You have to remember that when you're buying a pre-built PC, half of what you're buying is the PC itself, because all of these companies can do that, except unless you're Apex Gaming PCs. They cannot build a PC. They couldn't build a PC out of a wet paper, they couldn't PC build themselves out of a wet paper bag, okay? But even CyberPower can at least put together a computer, right? Whether they do a good job or not, I don't know. I've never reviewed one. But going by the pictures of their hero systems on their site, they don't know airflow and they don't understand it. But anyways, most of these computer companies, though, they can all build PCs. That's step one. But people look at it like, oh, that's the only step that matters. Do they build it well and blah, blah, blah. No, the support is what you're actually buying. That's what you're actually purchasing as a pre-built customer. You are purchasing the support that you get, because it's one of the most distinguishing things between DIY and buying a pre-built, is that, other than the fact that you don't have to just build it yourself, but the fact that you're not the warranty yourself. That's not you. You're not the warranty. You're not the technician. You're not your own tech support. And CyberPower used to have okay tech support. It used to be okay. Like, it was acceptable. And during the shortages, there was a time where they had stuff and nobody else did. And so I would recommend them at that time because they had decent tech support. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. And a pretty standard warranty, right? And they actually had parts, which at that time was very important. Now, not as much, though that changes from time to time. What, to me, has become critically important, and to what our community has become critically important, is the very thing I mentioned to you, which is the SI testimonials. If you want to, I know you're in a bind yourself. If you want to help other consumers, and particularly community members here, avoid that exact same situation, consider joining the Discord and sharing your experience in the CyberPower PC channel under SI testimonials. More people need to hear about these things. And you can put your review out there into the world and never know if it's going to help anyone. This will. Made a video about the situation on my channel and tagged them. Okay. Well, if anything, and I don't mind you doing this, put a link to that in the. That's even better. Put just a link to that in the SI testimonials channel for CyberPower PC, or just the CyberPower PC channel under SI testimonials. Put a link to that. People can go watch it and hear your experience. I'm totally down with that. Share your video there. Hell, I'll give it a look too. CyberPower was just fine for a while. Now they're horrible. Doesn't help with possible family squabbles similar to AMD NVIDIA. If you know, you know. Maybe. For those who don't know, the CEOs of NVIDIA and AMD are cousins. Countess Lita, welcome. How you doing? Welcome in. How long are you going to be live for? I'm going to be gone. I got to go for a bit. Probably another hour and a half or so, maybe. It depends. Oh, Chief Honcho. Chief Honcho actually submitted a form. So we do. I don't know how I didn't notice this. I was too busy talking smack about CyberPower like they deserve. There are a few reviews that are worth a read for sure. We hung out at TwitchCon, meant to roll by and just got done streaming. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? That's right. Okay. Well, hope your stream went well. Yeah, we're just, we are in the calm before the storm right now, which is like this stuff that I do is going to get pretty crazy around Black Friday. So it's a little slow right now. Not building a piece. On Saturday, I did unbox a pre-built and sort of review it. But today, this is PC Matchmaking. These are people who filled out the form and are looking for help finding the right PC for their budget and needs, whether it's pre-built or a parts list for them to build. So that's mostly what I do. Nah, that will be my job. Alucard, you're not building all these PCs. What are you talking about? I did recently build this one here, my new editing rig. So I built that one on stream. That was pretty fun. But yeah, no, the streams I mostly do have to do with helping people with finding the right PC or putting together a parts list for a DIY build for themselves. Cousins of bro and sis. They are cousins, Chief Honcho. So Chief, this is for you here, yeah? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Other than that, never mind. Chief, I was going to tell you. You should. Oh, are you building this yourself? Actually, is this going to be a parts list for you to build from Micro Center? We can do that. Oh, I stopped the music. My bad. I also turned that way up for the YouTube video that we just. I promise I'm not a React streamer, okay? But Lita, yeah, the TwitchCon was fun. It was a good time. And I hope your travels home were safe. Obviously they were. And travels home. That's right. Never mind. Don't even. I already know. I remember. But you did remind me that I need to reach out to, gosh, what was his name? At AverMedia. I need to reach out to him. Like travels home. iPower did have some prime scammy systems in their day. 10100F 8 gig single stick of RAM GT 710 gaming. Yeah, they did in their day. The thing is that Org Chaos, that was a system they hadn't been selling on their site for a while. Amazon just had them in stock in their warehouses. So it's like that's the problem with dealing with third-party resellers like that. Yeah. Finally a slow week around here. Nice. Yeah. I can imagine. Okay, looks like we're going to be putting together a parts list. But real quick, one second. I just need y'all to do me a favor and go drop a follow for Countess Lita. Those of you who are on Twitch. Sorry, YouTube. I guess I can do this. Here you go. Although for my YouTube audience, y'all are watching on YouTube because you don't watch stuff on Twitch. But there you go. That's that person right there. Met them at TwitchCon. Had a good chat. It was a good time. Should I make a poll for how quick we will get the "Why are you leaving the builder" prompt? If you want to, but we all know it's going to be as quick as they can. Yeah, at some point we're going to do Metroid Rando, I think. Yes, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. You know, it's funny because now I'm going to be doing that with Emmett too. But I had sort of like told everyone, yeah, I'm not doing Sunday gaming streams now. But then I just like now I want to. But if anything, sometime when you're streaming, what I can do is just I can walk you through it and stuff. That could be fun. What is the builder? What's up, Lopta? How's it going? I might have missed you coming in and saying, oh, he said morning. Morning. Is it? What is the builder? So we're gonna go to the Micro Center PC building. Oh, didn't mean to do that actually. Hold on. I had to do this. There we go. Because I need to have this up. Okay, so we've got your info here. Out of this $2,000 to $2,500 range of budget, Huncho, what is the actual max budget for this PC? Want to run dual PC setup to take gaming stress off current rig. Okay, so Chief Huncho, you're saying that this PC is going to be just for gaming and your current PC is going to be doing all the streaming? Is that what you're saying? Araxnus, what's up? Welcome. They keep making it look nicer. Oh, do they? I guess it does look a little better, yeah. 2,300. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's it. Time's up. It's already there. Why are you leaving the builder today? What should we tell them? Too confusing to use. What is computer? Are you computer? There we go. And a question mark all the way at the bottom. There we go. Whoever has to read those, enjoy. Like, I'm just tabbing over here. Relax. You're being all nervous. I'm going to leave. You're making me nervous. Okay. So, looking at this build. So, this is not a build for gaming, streaming, content creation, video editing, right? Unless you're using this for video editing. Are you using your current system for streaming and video editing, or is that going to be just a dedicated stream machine? Wait, this isn't where I can build my Mac. No, Alucard. Unfortunately, storage does not cost 8 times its normal price here. I'm very sorry to tell you. Leaving because I couldn't find ISE disk drives for my Microvax 3800. Yeah, I was looking for some custom IDE cables. I want them in the extra dull gray, not the regular dull gray. They do sell Max at Micro Center though. They do. Fortunately, Hackintoshes are no longer a reality. We sure? Better jump in a few too. Gosh darn time zones. You have a good one. Okay, absolutely. Steve, thanks for coming in, even though it's so very late over there across the pond. Hope you have a good one. But yeah, Lita, I will. I'll shoot. I have your card. I'll shoot you a DM at some point, and we'll work something out on running some map randos. It'll be awesome. Ooh, UV reactive ribbon cables. Yeah, they're still around, but more frowned upon due to Mac firmware locks. But yeah, if you want to hear some of my methodology here for putting together a parts list, you absolutely can. Feel free to hang out. I maintain that PC matchmaking as a stream concept is way more hype than it sounds. Okay. Core components, information, the essential components that you need for your custom PC. Thank you, Micro Center. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, if this is current rig is stream, new rig, gaming, and editing. Okay, so we do have to consider extra RAM, and I'm going to tell you first off, RAM pricing right now kind of through the roof. It is up there. Storage is somewhat as well. So I was going to say, if this was just gaming, that makes it a clear like choice for AMD, but if you're gaming and editing, not so much. You do want to have the option to upgrade your CPU over time, so that does kind of decide it for us at 1440p. So if you want to be able to upgrade your CPU down the line, we kind of have to go AMD. The problem is that, well, I mean, at least we don't have the issue where once you're gaming, half of your CPU shut off, because it's, if you get a higher end AMD CPU, because it's just that's a separate system that's doing the streaming, right? And you're not going to have a game running while you're editing video, so it's not an issue. But what do we go for CPU wise on the AMD side that can edit video? Well, we have a result. We have a resource for this. Can you tell me real quick, what is the platform you're going to be using? What's the software you're going to be using for video editing? Yep, just chilling. Hell yeah. Hard to emulate Apple Silicon at speed, probably. I will say, Apple Silicon is pretty impressive stuff. It is pretty impressive stuff. They've come a long way to the point where we're like comparing, oh, this beats Apple M2 Ultra or whatever. It's like, wow, damn. That was a quick turnaround from being stuck using Intel Silicon to making their own. And just a few years later, it is almost setting a standard. DaVinci. Okay, so let's skip over to DaVinci. Here we go. So the top of the line CPU, well, they match. They're pretty much tied for top, and that's the 9950X3D Core Ultra 9 285K. Now, 2300, you're not building a dedicated, maxed out video editing rig here. That would be, you know, this is almost a $700 CPU by itself for the 9950X3D, okay? But we can look at some of these other ones and see how they do. As you can see, though, like even this 9700X is scoring pretty high. And as a matter of fact, fun fact for you, the 9800X3D beats the 9700X, which is such an oddball thing considering how different it was for 7000 series Ryzen. The X3D chip in 7000 series would be a solid dip in performance in anything other than gaming. That has flipped around now, thanks to the fact that they, you know, I won't even get into it. 3DV cache is now underneath the core complex die, yada, yada, yada. So we can look at a 9800X3D. That's going to be basically spending your money the best way, I think, in terms of just overall performance between the two. I do want to remind you, Chief Huncho, that if you're using DaVinci Resolve and you're using the free version, your GPU isn't gonna matter, because in the free version it does not allow you to utilize hardware accelerated features from your GPU. $9800X3D in multi-core is about as good as a 7900X. It's impressive. I agree, Araxness. There's a reason that even though, I mean, of course, this was right around launch, it was very exciting, and the 265K was still at just about its normal MSRP, which was over $400 at the time, which was like not as good a deal as it is now. So it was a pretty easy a pretty easy choice when I last Black Friday chose the streaming PC build, threw a 9800X3D in there. However, And by the way, the 265K, I'm saying it like it's some big deal. And if you look at DaVinci Resolve, yeah, it's not. It's scoring the same as a 9900X3D, right? Whereas if you look at under Premiere Pro, that's Lightroom Classic. Premiere Pro is a different story. Premiere Pro, the 265K beats a 9950X, the 9900X. It beats the 9900X3D, the 9800X3D, all of these. It's the third best out of all of them. But in DaVinci Resolve, that's not quite the same story. And you got to look at how big the jumps are. These all kind of level out, but then, bump, there's a jump right there. It matches the 9950X3D, then, bump, there's the top one. These aren't the clearest graphs when it comes to that kind of thing, but that's just my opinion. But for DaVinci Resolve, the 9800X3D is just under the 9900X3D. It's a good jump there, but, you know, I wouldn't recommend a 9900X3D. I would not recommend that. And the reason is, once you turn on a game, it doesn't turn into a 9800X3D with 8 cores. It turns into a 6-core CPU. So its gaming performance can actually be less than the less expensive 9800X3D. Now, the 12-core CPU can benefit you when you're editing video, but you'll probably get more benefit out of just getting DaVinci Resolve Professional, like paying the one-time fee to use the pro version of DaVinci Resolve and then utilizing your GPU's hardware acceleration. So, we can also, do they not have the bundle options anymore? Yeah, they do. It's right here. It's right here, genius. I don't like the way this looks. I think it's a little, it's like I chose dark mode for a reason, and they're like, no, screw you. And your retinas. And your rods and your cones. Who cares? What is dark mode for? What is this? This is like 80% not dark mode. What is stupid? Jesus. Why have a dark mode option and then do this? I'm sorry. This really bothers me. That just really, really grinds my gears. Okay, we are building a white PC, so we should keep this in mind and to see if there's a bundle with a white motherboard. But we're going to go AMD here. And not a lot of options in that regard other than this one with a 9700X, not the CPU we were trying to go for. Wait, since when did they... Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold the phone. It's gotten this bad? Guys, listen. The RAM situation, the DDR5 situation, has gotten so bad, Micro Center has removed DDR5 from every single bundle deal. Oh my God, that is tremendous. That's crazy. I don't know if y'all, like, I told you guys, and I don't know if any of y'all tuned into Emmett's stream when we were, I hadn't announced much. We just did it on the fly. When I was in San Francisco after TwitchCon, we went to Micro Center in Santa Clara, and like their RAM department, their RAM section was like decimated. Most of the hangars were like empty. It's great. So yeah, they had to remove DDR5 from their bundles. They had to remove system memory from their bundles. I can't remember them ever having bundles without RAM in this section. That's significant, man. That is something. They must have received enough negative feedback about that before to remove RAM there. Now it's just tough. Yeah. Well, I don't think, Lopta, that DDR3 is affected by this. Astral, what's going on? Welcome. Greenwave, thank you for sharing your situation in the Discord. It really does mean a lot. And if you take anything away from this, understand that these kinds of stories absolutely inform my content. So, yeah. And also the community as well. Other consumers. People who are looking for pre-builts who come to the community and are like, oh, I saw this great deal in Cyberpower. Let me go see what other Discord members have to say about it. Oh no. Yeah, that kind of thing. It means a lot. Next on the list is GPU prices going up due to VRAM shortage. I mean, 10 May, at least we're used to that. DDR5 has been solid for like, other than in the first year after DDR5 launched, the prices dropped and stayed down. But also, hi, welcome to the stream. What's up? Okay. It's all AI, guys. Yeah. As Orchaos said there. It's a slight discount on the CPU, so that's good. It's like $30 off. Now the motherboard. We don't have to go crazy on the motherboard, guys. How about that? No going crazy on the motherboard this time because this is just a system for gaming. Now, one thing you will want to add, Chief Huncho, is a really good capture card for your other PC. Like, you want it to be top of the line. Top of the line. I personally recommend the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K. What is it? Live Gamer 4K 2.1. That one's really good. I really like it. I use it. And when I'm reviewing PCs that need to run at, you know, good high frame rates. So, yeah. So we're going to look at Gigabyte here, I think. I think I'd like to go current gen. Man, Gigabyte has just been killing it when it comes to aesthetics for white builds. They really have. Okay, let's see. So the lowest priced one is going to be a B850 Eagle Wi-Fi 7 ICE. This is $185. Let's take a good look at this. So this generation, see the previous generation, I'll show you here. Like the previous generation was pretty nice, right? Like say we look at this B6, oh, there's 0 in stock. That doesn't help us. The previous generation looked like this. That's not what I meant to do, but sure. You'll notice one major difference between these. What's the major difference? Who's got me on this? So on this one here, they made the plastics in white as well to match the board. Did you say missing M.2 plate? Yeah, it doesn't have a heat sink here for the M.2, but you have one here. It's interesting, Alucard. I'm sure you'll see this as interesting as well. Seeing the GPU going back into the top PCIe slot, because for a while now we've been seeing M.2 drives there, like this. This has more coverage here, but this part's mostly covered by your GPU anyway. Like the GPU hides this part. Now, what I want to look at, well, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this has a lot of crazy PCIe here. You can kind of tell how these are actually set up. But you have enough for 3 M.2 drives here. This has a quick release for the GPU. We can look at the I/O, but it's not that insanely important on this one because this is simply a gaming PC, and that is it. But yeah, I mean, even then, it's decent. It's decent enough connectivity. these white plastic ones here on the USB ports, that's USB 2.0. Your mouse, your keyboard, 8K polling rates, doesn't matter. That's usually fine with USB 2.0. And then you have dual USB 3.2 Gen 1, 5 gigabit per second, and then 10 gigabit per second here with a 5 gig. Does that say 5 gig USB-C? That's interesting. Why the PS2 port? No, I agree that should be more USB ports, but I mean, hey, maybe it's for XOC. I don't know. If you have to, we can pivot from Micro Center. I don't think we need to. I think it'll be okay. If you're overclocking on that motherboard, there are questions. Yeah, that's true. But I think for just a straight up gaming PC, this is kind of all you need. I don't like that this has the white. Okay, let me ask you. Actually, I don't have to ask you. I already did ask you. This is the question, right? Because I have these all collapsed. Do you need Wi-Fi? You do. What I don't like about this is that it comes with this kind of antenna instead of the one with the wire where you can place the antenna wherever you want. Real quick, Chief Honcho, do you stream from a PC that's not on an Ethernet connection? Because if you've ever had any issues with your upload, I might have an explanation for that. And the explanation is I don't recommend streaming on a Wi-Fi connection if you can help it. If you can't, I get it. But if you're so far from your router that a 100-foot Cat6 cable or just Ethernet cable can't reach your router, you're not getting good enough Wi-Fi anyway because you're too far from it. Yeah. So, yeah, hardline connection is always going to be best when it comes to streaming, if you can help it. Now, if you are in a situation where you're close to your router, but you still can't put Ethernet, sure. But just try to make sure that your PC is not too close to the wall, that there's some clearance behind it for this thing, and that, so it's not just really just keeping it from connecting well to your Wi-Fi. Because this has to basically reach your router really easily. So, yeah. Line of sight would be best, but if you have line of sight, just run an Ethernet cable. We're going to choose this one for now. If anything, if there's budget, we can go up to a higher end one like this Aorus Elite one for actually it's $239. That's really not bad. Let's look at the difference. If the difference is really obvious and it's really nice, then we'll just pick this one. I don't like cheaping out on motherboards anyway. Already there are visual differences. You can obviously tell this looks a lot nicer. The I/O is tremendously better on this one. And you have the kind of a Wi-Fi antenna that I like. I think this is the one that was that's in Braxton's build, actually. No, that's no, it's not B850. In Braxton's build, it is an X870. My bad. Wait, what? Why is the X870 the same price here as the B850? Did I see that correctly? I'm not crazy. Why is the X870 the same price? Okay. Yeah, there's no 7-segment display on this one. I/O is a little bit better. 2.5 gig Ethernet on this, and this one has 2.5. Yeah. Just get the X870E. I don't know, the X870 rather. You're actually gaining dual USB 4 out of this. That's actually a big deal, which is really, you don't need it. but it's the same price. You don't need that, but it's the same price. So yeah, okay. No, these are such a good deal for the money. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy what ASUS wants to charge you to have this kind of these kind of features on your motherboard, and what Gigabyte's willing to charge you instead. This is so much better. They also do have the stealth, but that's if you're really trying to make this thing aesthetic. This has, and I'll tell you real quick, I'm going to tell you about this. Current rig has to be wired in, and I can purchase an Ethernet splitter. Okay, I'm sure you mean a switch, a network switch, right? Like, yes, okay. A splitter won't do what you think it's going to do. Like, that's going to be a lot of conflict, and it's not going to connect properly. But a switch, a network switch, absolutely. But yeah, I just want to show you this real quick. This is a similar motherboard. I just hope they didn't completely neuter that. For some reason, guys, I don't know why, but a lot of these boards that have rear connect have been coming in with like very little I/O. But this is not the case here. They did a good job here. But yeah, take a look at this. All the power connectors and everything else, front panel connectors, everything are on the back of this motherboard. Like, look at that. Look at how clean that is. And there it is. There you go. This is a beauty right here. Now, you have to have a case that supports a back connect motherboard. Oh, you're good. You're good, Chief Honcho. Settle this. What's up? How's the back, Bray? It's good. I'm doing okay. USB 4 though. Don't want to get the. I do want to get the stealth for a build. Would look so nice. 100%. But yeah, no, this is super clean. It's just there's a lot of case manufacturers who've been very open about like, oh, we support BTF and Project Zero, and it's like, what about Gigabyte Stealth? And they're like, what? What about what? So I don't know. You have to make sure it's a case that supports this. The safe bet is to go with this thing right here. There you go. So we're doing that. Oh, they got a B850 version too for $264. That's not bad, but we're already price creeping as much as I'd like to here. So we're going to go with this guy right here. Okay. There we go. Now we have the fun part ahead of us. We got, oh, actually, I got to make sure I'm in the right location. Ah, Brentwood. Okay, my bad. 1 second. I was in Santa Clara still. There we go. They might sell the same stuff. I might have changed some parts. Yeah, they have both of these in stock. There you go. It's the issue. Plenty of cases are good for a back connect lately. Plenty more options for a case than a motherboard. True. It's the issue that this is a first version of the stealth motherboard that isn't a combo. Right. With the case, yeah. Bergie says, what a coincidence. The voice in my head also tell me I am not crazy too. Well, this time I was the voice in y'all's head, but in your ears first, because it was a real voice and it was about me instead of you. Right? Anyway. Okay. So this being strictly... Wait, hold on. You actually said the thing earlier. You said something important earlier. And I got to find it. No, that was somebody else. Okay. What games are we talking about playing here on this thing? Somebody else was talking about playing Escape from Tarkov, so I was like, oh, you need more RAM. Is enough Coke Zero? Drink some actual water. There you go. Araxinus, thank you for the lurk. Okay. I'll just find a white kid of RAM for now, and you can answer that as whenever you can. No, that's not the one. I'm looking for that one. The only kit in anything higher than in white and anything higher than 32 gigs is a Corsair kit. The rest are 32 gigs. I wonder why the fancier looking RAM is cheaper than the T-Create. But T-Create is really solid. I guess we'll go with the... Wait, let me see what you said about RGB. Yes, but not too much. Okay. Battlefield, Arc Raiders, maybe COD, Forza, a lot of modding too, so GTA RP. Oh, okay. All right. Tentatively right now, we're going to go with 64 gigs of RAM. But, oh, God. Okay, $434. Damn! You got to understand, this was like $130 before. This 32 gig kit was like that's $249. Was like $130. But like, yeah, dropping a GPU option you're dropping a tier on the GPU just for the RAM. Okay, Chief Huncho, like I don't know how long this RAM shortage is going to go for. It is affecting prices drastically. Like at this point, it's like 60-70% more expensive. Why does Tarkov want so much? I don't play the game. From what I hear, it's just very poorly optimized. Although to say poorly optimized is to imply that it's optimized at all. From what I understand, it isn't. So that tends to affect system memory. So what we can do, though, I mean, it's speculated it might go for a year. It might go longer. It's hard to say. We can put a 32 gig kit in there for now. And if you find like, oh, man, it's not really doing the trick, you could then upgrade to a 64 gig kit. But like, it might be more expensive at that point. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. We're currently in the upward trend of RAM prices. We haven't seen its peak yet. Well, the thing is, I'm sure there are people with 32 gigs of RAM who are playing GTA RP. You know what I mean? You can also lower textures a little bit, things like that. It should help. Why? Hold on. Why is it? You can follow me now? Okay, cool, cool. I can move around. There we go. Does not help that consumer-grade RAM manufacturers are slowing down some production due to needing more for server-grade RAM. It's the GPU thing all over again. Yeah. Can y'all believe I was at PC World and they were like, hey, what parts do you want, man? Like, what do you need? And I started looking through motherboards. You think I'd be all about like, you guys got extra RAM? Nope. I don't like to ask for stuff from them anyway. So they'll just be like, oh, we're not using this. We're never going to use this. I'm like, well, I'll take it. Okay. Okay. Let's go 32 gigs. And we will come back to this. I'm not going for the RGB version here. Oh, wait, I chose the one that was like one of the more expensive ones here. It actually keeps my selection, so that's cool. We'll go with this one. It's non-RGB. There is an RGB version that is $20 more. But you said not too much on the RGB, so I'm going non-RGB on the RAM. Okay. Select graphics card GPU. Okay. They got the Astral 5090. Astral 5090, they're calling for you. $33.59. Damn. Okay, so with the gaming side, let's see. You said, Tammy, thank you for lurking for work. I appreciate that. Let's see. Battlefield, Arc Raiders, maybe COD, Forza, lots of modding too. So, yeah, we found you. You're right there. Sorry for putting a picture of you up on stream. My bad. That's a privacy. I'm so sorry. Privacy concerns. I'm sorry. So my thought is this. What are we feeling on the 9070 XT? Because this is a pretty solid price on this. This is a white ASRock AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT Steel Legend for $619. It's Jord. I agree with you. Bang for buck. Yes. It turns out, though, that I have been told a few times that Call of Duty tends to run a little better on Radeon in the same price category. In a similar price category, and honestly, this is what, $130 cheaper than the base price for an MSRP 5070 Ti. This PC needs a white one. That's not going to be base MSRP. Believe me on that one. But I think we need to go 64 gigs of RAM for the game modding and for GTA RP, okay? Screw it, 5080. Well, hold on. We got to remember, okay, so this 2300 is our actual budget, right? Let's see. What are we at if we select this guy right here? Overall on our price. We might be undershooting quite a bit. We're at 1534. So we can do a 5070 Ti pretty easily, I think, actually. Maybe. This leaves us with about $800 for the whole rest of the PC, but yeah. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I do think we can do it. Here, let's narrow it down this way. Just a reminder, the reason I really got excited about that ASRock card, these are also 9070 XTs for $840 and $820. You see, these are very expensive. To be fair, this one here has those magnetic fans that you can easily replace. A little odd, I think. Like, just make it repairable. They don't have to be magnetic to where you can, like, remove them easily. Just make it repairable. But sure, they just charge a lot for it. However, there is a 5070 Ti Eagle Ice, small form SFF, overclock triple fan, yada, yada, yada. There is one in stock, and it is just $60 over the $750 MSRP. That's not bad, actually. That is... Wait. Oh, I was looking at the 5070 for a second. I was like, wait, 629? No, okay. That does make it a bigger jump from the 9070 XT. A couple $100. Almost. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's $190. But let's go ahead and do it. We'll go 5070 Ti. Will NVIDIA delay their Super Series till the VRAM prices aren't crazy? Maybe. What's up? Oh, Ruchu, that's you over there. Okay. Forget the RAM. PC World got all the good snacks. Oh, yeah. It's an annual tradition. DRAM makers like to fix prices. This time around, they can point at AI demand. I haven't seen it like this, Tanmay, since DDR5 launched. At launch, DDR5 was priced like this, if not worse. But we've had it good for a couple of years now. Man, guys, it's crazy. Okay, I'm sweating this. Seriously, the 9070 XT performs very close to the 5070 Ti in most games and beats it in some, including, I think, Call of Duty. So thinking about that, and the fact that it's $200 more, it's kind of crazy to me. Should we just go 9070 XT? I'm not a fanboy of any hardware manufacturer, okay? Like, I will give credit where it's due, and I will criticize where necessary. So I'm not gonna just be all up on NVIDIA all the time, okay? Just because I recommend it for content creation. I think Alucard has it. 9070 XT would be the better option. If RAM was cheaper, 5070 Ti makes more sense overall. Have you tried Intel GPUs at all? I have tried the A770 Lopta. That was a pretty solid card. It had its issues though. This is such a good price. Like I can't express to you guys how nice this is. $20 over the originally announced MSRP for the 9070 XT for a white card with apparently lighting in it and stuff. That's pretty sick. Let's do it. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it. Okay. Now, looking at the motherboard. Actually, I should have checked this on the motherboard like initially. Oh, yeah, that's going to have PCIe Gen 5 easy. What am I even thinking? So PCIe Gen 5, 2 terabytes. So we can go with a 2 terabyte. See, that's not skyrocketing. Apparently, it's PCIe Gen 4 storage, M.2s, that have been experiencing the most price hikes. Let's see how the Inland Performance Plus. No, it's just exactly the same. Well, maybe $7 more because it's usually about $129. But 2 terabytes is $137.99. Going up now, that will give you about 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read speeds, whereas this will give you over 14,000. Do you need that for a gaming PC? No, you don't. But you do have on your primary SSD, it does go PCIe Gen 5 direct to the CPU. 4 lanes dedicated to this. So it's like $80 more though. But man, I'm so happy to see that these have not gone up like RAM has. Good Lord. GTRP though, NVIDIA is liked more on GTA for some reason, at least from what I've known. Is that true? Is that right? Oh, yeah. $900 for an 8 terabyte M.2. It is not cheap. So whenever you're watching Linus Tech Tips and they're putting like 4 of them in a PC, it's like, yeah, guys, those are going right back on the shelves and we all know it. If Inland Micro Center can make their own RAM like they do SSDs, that would help a bit. It would. Okay. For now, let's go with Gen 4. I think it's not going to change much for you gaming-wise. This is just a gaming PC. It's dedicated gaming PC. It's not going to do much. If you go with the one that's double the speed for not double the price, at least, thankfully. We're not there, we're not back there yet where Gen 5 drives used to be. But yeah. Now the fun part. Because you said you want some RGB but not too much. Do you want to have the fish tank style of, glass front, glass side? Or are you just wanting a more traditional setup for your PC? What are you thinking for your case, Chief Huncho? I don't think they need to paper launch. AMD isn't showing anything. I hope they're not waiting. I hope that, man, what if, I don't know. Forget it. I don't know. The compensator PC. Yes. Well, they've done that in more than a few. They'll throw an 8 terabyte in here and there, and it's just The SanDisk Western Digital was $600. Oh, that's not bad, actually, for 8 terabytes. If you're limited on how many M.2 slots you got, that can be pretty good. Especially considering the price of individual drives at 2 terabytes each, climbing up in price. $600 for 8 terabytes on one drive. Not bad. Anyways, go here, color in white. Thank you very much. Cool. Let's see what they got with the glass. All right. Alucard, it's not just for showing off on stream. It's also you might want to enjoy looking at it, you know? The XR is super clean, and it's $75. Normally it's $70, but I guess it's a $5 tax for the white color, I suppose. Here, let's do this so you can see a bigger picture. There you go. Fairly straightforward. Power supply goes down here. All your cables get smushed up into there, and everything looks clean up here. Let's see, going back to this. I should close some tabs. Let's close some tabs. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. What else we got? Anything new and exciting? Okay. Like, I'm obviously still miffed with NZXT over the rental thing. But I like what they did with the H9 flow, how they made it like the H6 flow. I think that was an awesome move. Still angry about that. Of course, y'all saw this case in action. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if I would want to build in it. Every PC build company person who I've talked to who's built in this thing has talked about how it's a pain in the butt to build in. But the end result is gorgeous, obviously. I will say I like the CG237. I think they had a better thing going with their names before, but I think the CG237 is very nice, but it also looks a lot like that Montech XR for like $50 more. So the value of that, the worthiness of that is a matter of opinion. They have the HS420, very expensive, very big, very heavy, very beautiful. Arctic cooling extender. This thing is kind of crazy looking. Let's look at this. Can we look at this? I want to look at this. I need to reach back out to Arctic. They sent me an email. I need to email them back. This might be what they're emailing about. Damn, son. I like the two rear 180s. Although half of that top one is just like, why am I here? It's just like blocked. No, there's room there, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. No bottom fan. This is just cut off. It's just you could put maybe put a Gundam there or something. Put something cool there. That's your challenge, Chief Anjo. If you get this one, you got to put something cool right here. The case thing, I'm going to pick a case. I want you to actually, when you go to Micro Center, pick your case. Like, go look through the aisles of cases out on display. Because this is never going to be as fun, just looking at this little picture here. And then, by extension, looking at the little picture here with my face next to it. No. Go there and see these cases in person and then pick. Just understand that if you're looking at a smaller case, the cooler we pick might not fit. But most cases are designed now to fit like 360s in them. So, yeah, the three intakes here look like 140s. It doesn't say where or what fans come. Yeah, they do. It does. It does. 3 140s and 2 120s. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Having this extra exhaust fan on the back here does push it farther towards a negative airflow setup, and you have no recourse for that. You can't add... Is that a glowing fan under there? There's no ventilation, so no. You have no recourse for that. You can't fix it. If it's negative airflow, it's negative airflow. And that means this unfiltered part here, you're going to have dusty air being sucked into there. Because it's going to be trying to get air from somewhere. You're going to have a lower pressure in here than the ambient pressure outside of it, meaning air will freely flow in through the unfiltered part. And it's behind your PC, where you clean all the time, I'm sure. so it won't be dusty. Chanel Cerberus, what's up? Put a printed out picture of Braithorn's face in that spot. Hi again, how's it going? It's going good. Right here, just right there. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that one. I would want to thermally test it myself in order to recommend it. But see, Montec did the other route. On this one, Montec did triple bottom intake and dual rear exhaust. Then you have triple top exhaust. Still negative airflow, but it looks like you might be able to get some fans back here. I don't know what this caged area here is for. This is a weird case. There's the Fantex XT View. This is kind of an in-between between the XR and the Lee & Lee one. There's just a lot of choices. There's a lot of choices when it comes to fish tank style cases. They got the Height X50. That's a dope case. I really like the X50. I cannot wait to build in one. And then there's the Be Quiet Light Base 600. This thing is awesome. If you like a lot of RGB, you specifically said that you don't want the... Oh, King 95. Of course, the King 95. Where's the King 95 at? Did I skip it? I might have skipped it. What's wrong with me? I love that case. Yes, they do. King 95 Pro. Just go with that. Now, understand this, though. It is a pretty wide case because it's dual chamber. Okay? So, this is going to take up more horizontal space on your desk. As long as you're cool with that, I can 100% sign off on this case. I've built in it. I love it. It's awesome. But yeah, Chanel, I'm doing well. How are you? Power supply. With this case, we can put in the Lee & Lee Edge power supply. Kind of my favorite thing right now. These are priced really well. They come with really nice cables that are already combed and everything. I actually have one that I'm going to be probably putting in this system here because I keep talking about it, but I wanted to install one myself. This is 1,000 watts. It is more than you need right now, which is, in my opinion, usually the way to go with your power supply because the price is also still very reasonable for a 1,000 watt 80 plus gold fully modular power supply with full ATX 3.1, all the good stuff. There you go. Yeah, let me actually show you. The cables that come with this are quite nice. I wanted to check them out for myself, but like these are actually sleeved, combed, individually sleeved and combed cables for your motherboard power. Same thing for your GPU. And it's not quite the same thing for like the 8-pin PCIe, but they are nice still. Yeah. There's the montage alert. Nice. I like it. I like it. I would like one 120mm intake and one 120mm exhaust. Probably not going to be using a GPU though. I missed my old AT case though. Did I miss something earlier? Oh, there's an ad break right now. Doing all right, been busy and tired. I feel you there. Oh man, coming home from an extended trip, and then trying to set everything up, receiving a PC, doing a full unboxing, which means changing my setup in here, which I'm slowly getting this studio to a state where it's a room in my house, okay? I just call it that. Getting it to a state where I can make those changes very quickly and then go right back after I do an unboxing or a PC build stream or whatever. Back to this setup, you know. Yeah, and I'm preparing for already another trip next week. Good Lord. Anyway. All-in-one liquid cooler. We want the Montec, right? Let's go with the Montec cooler. Yay, they got it. All right. Oh, they got a new one, the Hyperflow Digital. Still very reasonably priced with a digital readout. This is not a standard LCD screen where you can put stuff on it. It's just going to have a big digital thermal readout, if that's okay with you. Both PCs will sit on a dedicated desk. Hell yeah. I think this looks pretty good. I think that's kind of cool. Because honestly, you can take it or leave it. You can switch it to just a standard Montech one if you want. I won't judge you. But I'm going to go ahead and put this one on there for you. There's only one in stock, though. Just keep that in mind. So this one might be out of stock. If it is, they have 8 of these in stock. So you're good. Just pick the other Montech RGB 361 in white. And we are at $21.22 and 92 cents. Oh, I got to tell y'all something. Oh, I already did. I think I said this on Tuesday. So their whole thing at Micro Center is that if you order 4 hours before closing and pay for them to build the PC for you, you can get it same day. Yeah, they're like 5 or 6 days behind on that in Santa Clara. It's crazy. And the corporate, they're not approving to hire more builders, which they need to do ASAP because like it takes time to train that up. You might like this. I picked up an A tier 8 out of XPG CyberCore 1000 watt PSU earlier for $80. Damn, very nice. That's up there with the Montech power supply in terms of price to performance. That's cool. Now, with this, though, I think we can put you on 64 gigs of RAM. I have one issue with this RAM, though. It is Corsair, and it has RGB. That means you have to install iQOO if you don't want to have just the rainbow effect going on your RAM. I'm very sorry. I don't know. If I had Corsair RGB memory, I could tell you whether or not Signal RGB can control it. I don't though, so I can't test that. But it's the only white kit of 64 gigs of RAM. So what if we select this? What's our total? It might be a little over. Might be a little bit over. $32 over because of the RAM. What do we think? The thing about system memory, if you have too much, nothing bad will happen. If you don't have enough, bad things tend to occur. Right in the middle of you having a good time in that GTA RP. Good luck explaining that in character. I just checked the other day, and according to the Signal website, it claims to work for the Corsair RAM. Shanala, thank you for that. What? Did you know you'd be coming in with critical, recently acquired information? Thank you. So, Chief Honcho, as you can see right down here, apparently Signal RGB, which is it's a great application for most hardware. It'll just be one program to put in there in order to run all your RGB stuff. Apparently, it works with Corsair. I can live with being over. Hey. There you go. PC Murray, what's up? iQOO has my laziness. Yeah, I don't feel like looking at the temp sensors today. I had to install iQOO in my streaming this PC for one device, and I'm still mad about it. And that device was this mouse right here. Just so I could run the Stream Deck on this thing. It's cool, okay? And even then, it was still a pain in the butt to get it to work right. They need to streamline that process. They need to streamline that process bad. Oof, that's like double the price I paid for 64 gigs of Trident RAM. It is. That's where DDR5 is now. $434. Yep. RAM prices are crazy right now. That's what a 96 gig kit of RAM used to cost. Hey, can you? Okay. Can someone just go to ChatGPT and blame it for this, please? Just go tell ChatGPT that I don't have a question for you. I'm just upset about what you've done to RAM prices. That's another, it's another peril of being into this hobby, guys. Or just being into PC gaming or needing a computer for work or school. Pretty common peril, it seems. Is that this market fluctuates and is susceptible to manipulation, the manipulation of its largest manufacturers. It has been openly admitted by Jensen Huang in shareholder calls for NVIDIA, saying we're going to control the market. We're going to restrict available stock, and we're going to control prices in the market because their GPUs were costing normal prices. Oh no. Yeah, that's what happened. That upset them. That people were paying regular prices for their GPUs. The prices they announce in their own keynotes. People were getting the opportunity to pay those prices, and shareholders didn't like it. ChatGPT says it's Alexa's fault. See what Alexa says. I wasn't making enough billions. I need more $50,000 leather jackets or whatever. I need to talk to my Kingston guy and see what the situation is. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's a good dude. Yay, IQ. Okay, Chief Honcho, I've been making you wait. I'm so sorry. Let me give you the link for your build. My bad. Sorry about that. So here we go. Save build. Oh, not save build. Where do they have it? QR code. How about I just get a link? There we go. That's cool though. I could give you a QR code to scan. In fact, I'm gonna give you the link, and I'm gonna show a QR code on screen for anyone watching the VOD. Just scan this QR code, I guess. There you go. Actually, Chief Honcho, just point your camera for your phone at this. Unless you're watching on your phone, which good luck with that logistically, I guess. Take a screenshot, obviously. My bad. Take a screenshot of that or whatever. There's your list, or check the link in chat. It's right there. I'm also going to put it in here, but this link is just not going to work actually after a little bit, because as soon as I start another build in Micro Center, yours gets erased. So here's what you need to do after I do this. You don't have to do this. I do that. Okay, here. What you need to do is go in here and save this build, or add it to cart. I think they have the NVIDIA table at that Denny's. Yeah, probably. The funny thing is, I have never... Oh, Alexa blames Siri. Oh, boy. Ameridan, it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. If you think that's how, wait till they move into your area and build an AR server farm, tripling your electric bill. Why does this water taste like copper? Ew. Yeah. We can't drink out of the tap in Texas anyway. The reason I'm holding off on building my rig is I want a 64 gig kit, but can't justify prices right now. You could look at used hardware. I'll go to like... Maybe on Jawa.gg, it's still pretty good prices, I guess. I don't know. I doubt it, though. I mean, most people, when they're going to sell something used, they go look at the market price and they sell it for less than that, right? So that by its nature, rising prices in retail will raise used prices after they've been in effect for a while. That's just a thing that can happen. If just people don't, they don't look at how much they paid. They look at how much it's worth. What was Microsoft's Clippy replacement called? Cortana? Yeah. That was way too early for them to launch anything like that, and it really didn't do anything. Java sells higher than market price due to the Java seller fees being added. Never mind. Forget Java, I guess. Damn. I mean, just look at... Find a parts PC on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. I'm in UK and prices are still just as extreme. Yeah. Alucard, spoilers. Apparently they remade the original Halo, which is really cool, and they're going to be doing that for the whole trilogy, the original trilogy, which is just like that was a great game and a great trilogy. Yeah. Why does Twitch take so long to send an OTP? A one true pairing? What do you mean? Are we shipping characters here? What are you talking about? I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's the whole build, right? Yeah, we got the whole build. Of course, this doesn't... No. No! How did I not notice this? Guys, why didn't anybody point this out? Oh, one-time passcode. Okay. Why didn't anybody point this out to me? Are we not seeing the AI image here? Like Micro Center can't get their hands on a picture of a computer. Micro Center cannot this. Okay, we gotta unpack this. Hold up. Hold on. Micro Center, why, dude? Why would you do this? Like there's no RAM. The CPU cooler is not on the CPU. There's no graphics card. These fans are what? Like, what is happening with these? Is a PC fan or soft serve? Also, like, peep the 900 key keyboard and then the little city of, I guess, PCBs. Micro Center, come on. Why would you do this? I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Why did you, of all places, need to do this? What is this object? This object makes me nervous. I don't know what it is, and I don't like that. This chipset is also a coaster, by the way, in case you need a place to put your cold drink. This looks like a freaking coaster. I have no idea what's going on. The CMOS battery is swollen, like somebody kicked it. I'm so confused. Also, this is unfiltered and there's no side panel. I'm very upset. Micro Center, do better. Do better. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad because it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. I want to start a new session. And like Alucard, you're saying, we have a new reason to leave the builder? Because, like, yeah, the AI art, the AI picture, because Micro Center apparently doesn't have computers because they can't take a picture of a computer. Even looks like it has a chipset fan. What do you have against the X570 Org Chaos? Leave earlier Ryzen motherboards alone, please. Look, if I'm going to go after Apex gaming PCs for this, they are a... Sorry, I wasn't cussing, I promise. Apex Gaming PCs is a way smaller company than Micro Center. So for them using AI art, all right, they don't know that graphic artists exists. They can't take photographs. Okay, sure. Micro Center, though? Is that a tube behind the computer? I have an X570 system, but it's under my desk. Oh, okay. Is that a tube? What do you mean a tube? It's a candle, it looks like. Yeah, and it's the fuel for that candle. It's burning it's using my former respect for Micro Center is burning there. That's what that is. Vacuum tube. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's such a low quality picture that they're hiding their shame. Dude, what? Even like the old timey lamp doesn't make sense. Is this a saxophone? What is this? The lamps don't work that way. It's looking down in shame. All right, I've seen everything. I've officially seen everything, and maybe at that like too much. How embarrassing! That is so embarrassing for Micro Center. Like, I'm embarrassed, also like deeply embarrassed for whoever thought this was a good idea. Whatever suit or whatever like web dev was like, oh, they want a picture of a computer. Where am I going to get that? We're Micro Center. Let me just generate this. It'll be fine. Like, literally, grab your phone, go onto the floor of a Micro Center. There's like 90,000 computers there. Freaking just go get a picture of one of your own PCs. I guess a power spec PC would make sense. This is for like custom computers, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. They don't need Getty Images, Rurutu. They sell computers. Alucard, just clip my initial reaction and give that to them, because God, that's not put on. I'm actually genuinely disappointed. Like, is this a workbench? Or is it like I don't know what's happening here. I really don't. Well, like the prompt for this. This was either the shortest, simplest, dumbest prompt ever, or the longest, worst prompt ever for custom PC. Knockoff of the LTT kitchen table? Maybe. Like, what's happening here? Is this like a seismograph? Or is it like coding? Is this like my heart rate after I got so upset over seeing AI imagery of a computer for a company that sells actual physical computers? The lamp support arm doesn't even connect to it correctly. That's because it's a saxophone. Actually, no, this looks like a what is it? A baritone saxophone, or whatever the really big one is. It's the bassoon. It's like a bassoon. Yeah, fused with Clippy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think maybe it's decorative, and actually the lamp is hovering. It's not actually connected to anything. All right, look, I'm sorry, Chief Huncho. I don't think you can buy your computer here. I don't know if they have any, because when it came time to take a picture of one, they couldn't do it. They were just like, what is even? I feel like this is super representative of the message that I put in there when they're like, why are you leaving the builder today? I put, what is computer? Like, they're like, oh, I identify with that so much. Lopta, you don't have to go away. You're good. No, why are you going away? I mean, unless you do have to go away. Well, I can't tell you. But I appreciate you coming in. See you later. Low quality pictures, just image optimization due to SEO image plugins. It's not the dev's fault. It's the marketing cutting costs and being lazy. I agree with you on the lazy thing. All they needed was this. They just go. Okay. Put that on the site. It's not a cutting cost thing. It's just a laziness thing. 100%. Well, all right. I appreciate you hanging out, Lapta. We'll see you soon. And go get some rest. Yeah. We need like a black bar or blurred image for the builder now. Well, we're going to do this. That's what we'll do. Look, they could literally have put this picture there, and I'd be a lot happier. Oh, look, yet another O11 Vision build. It takes picture. Done. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Well, guys, I don't think I had the opportunity to rage about anything earlier. So I want to thank Micro Center for pulling the dumbest move that any computer-related company can currently do in this day and age, which we have seen before. It's not to say, Micro Center, that you're the only ones who have done this. It's not to say you're not the only ones who have done this. But you are the most disappointing company that has used AI imagery as a company that sells and builds PCs and could not manage to take a single picture of a PC. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be upset. How about that? There you go. Or change it to their build of the week winning PC image each week, since you have to submit pics for one. They have all the resources, Alucard. All the resources. All of them. It's baffling. That's a great idea. That's all they need to do. They have a build of the week thing for like their community. And people have to submit pictures. Take that and say, hey, guess what? You're going to be featured on our custom part selector builder thing. Yay. You get no money. I don't know what they get, actually, for being the build of the week. Could put a lineup of 3 at least on that damn banner. Or, here's an idea. Just make it a solid banner. Like, I'd rather just see more, like, blue nonsense, whatever, circuitry randomness. Like, that should have just continued right across. They get a custom t-shirt. Oh, okay. That's where the marketing budget for the picture went. And they went into those t-shirts. Yeah, opportunity cost, right? Asteri says, what is this money you speak of? How's it going? How you doing? Hey, actually, you know, we were talking about music last time you were here. How would you like to see a very interesting fusion of technology and music? Take a look at this horrendous AI image that has somehow integrated a woodwind instrument into the base of a lamp. Nonsensically. It makes no sense. I have to imagine that's just some kind of woodwind instrument. That's what it looks like. I cannot deal with the fact that Micro Center couldn't take a picture of a computer. Like, they had to use AI. That is... And it's funny because I think, or Chaos, you were saying, like, hey, they made their builder look better. I changed my mind on that. Looks like a sackbut ancestor to the trombone. Okay. So not woodwind. Early brass. Got it. I know there's a massive saxophone, maybe a bass saxophone, whatever they call it, that looks kind of like that. Kind of. But the windy part is smaller. It's just like up here and all the breath. I don't know, whatever. I think you just tried to get me to say sackbut on stream. I think that's what you were doing. I think that's what you did, and I think it worked, and I hope you're happy. At least you can do the bundles easier now instead of bugging the employees. No, I believe I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll wait. Oh, the I'll wait thing. I'll wait. Using a technology that is actively harming their industry. Yeah. Like, that right there is why this costs what it does. That's a great point, Shanala. It's crazy. Oh, I'm like emotionally exhausted after that. I'm emotionally exhausted after having to think about this. I can't. Okay, it looks kind of like a trombone. And from a certain angle, yes. My dear chat, I give to you the sack butt lamp. No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Asteri. Can't wait for the AI bubble to burst, just like Bitcoin and NFTs. Unfortunately, Shanala, it's not going to be quite like that. And nor is it going to be like the .com bubble or the housing bubble. The .com bubble burst because there was no substantial product behind it. It was all ideas and big investors and whatnot investing into exciting new market and new ideas. But there was nothing to back it up. The housing bubble was just all a financial cluster. That's what that was. And then the NFTs and Bitcoin and crypto in general is just NFTs were always garbo. They were always terrible. It was a terrible concept that made no sense. Like, I own this image, everybody. Look at this. Everybody right click, save image as. Okay, cool. I guess I'm borrowing it. Crypto, though, I mean, Bitcoin is still worth a lot right now, but like random crypto. And then, what is it? Crypto banks, which is like an oxymoron. Because like, hey, look at my decentralized currency. I'm sure nothing bad will happen if I centralize it. Oh no, my money's all gone. The AI, quote unquote, bubble. It's not going to burst as much as very likely. This is my little prediction. It's not going to burst as much as it's going to sort of somewhat fizzle a little bit, but it's not going anywhere because there are legitimate benefits to certain AI technologies. What's going to burst is all these companies that are like, we have to worry about the stock market. Yes, we do need to worry about that. The concept of AI in general and its modern interpretation, its modern implementation is not going to go anywhere for a while, even if the stock value of it and the value of that concept reduces. Because we've foreseen how AI is going to affect technology and daily life for a long time. And multiple times, some companies come out and said, hey, we've got this, we've got that. This is not like those times. There's actual interesting stuff happening and actual interesting ways to implement it. There's a better way to put this. Like, look at the original iPhone. If someone handed you an original iPhone, you'd be like, this thing kind of sucks. It sucks. But at the time, it blew everyone's minds. It was the future. But we're used to it now. It's whatever now. You take that, put it next to an iPhone 17 Super Ultra Max, whatever, and it's like it's like an Etch-a-Sketch or something. It's like, what? This thing sucks. That's the camera. Oh my god. But at the time, that's modern AI, large language models, things like that. Like, no, this is cool. You have to believe me. Like, this can do all these things. And then you're like, oh, that is insane. That's really cool. What? But in the future, we're going to look back at current AI and be like, these guys, they're so excited about their chat GPU. They spent billions, trillions. Oh my God. We're still cleaning up all these abandoned data centers. Good Lord. All we needed was this little box right here, and it took over the world and nuked the atmosphere. Oops. Anyways. I can never keep an iPhone working. They break too easy. Cases are a thing. Just wishful thinking. I guess that's fair. I haven't been looking at chat. Whenever I go on a tear, like I need to look at chat more. You're welcome. Thank you. Jensen says there is no bubble. Well, no, like, I don't think he's wrong on that. It's going to die down some, but it's not going to burst. Well, okay. If what's going to happen is whoever, like, depending on the volatility of the market and the economy, if that's okay, if it bursts, it's not going to be 100% the fault of AI, is what I'm saying. It'll be because of an overall, like, a weak economic foundation underlying it, which kind of happening, actually. So Ray doesn't rage much, but when he does, he goes all in. Settled, I think I rage at least once a stream, though. I do. And I've had multiple people, because I like apologize for it. I've had multiple people come to me separately and be like, dude, don't worry. It's fine when you do that. It's kind of entertaining. So that's good, I guess. Sorry, I yell into this sensitive audio equipment. My bad. It's the same. They make so many good PCs in their channel. Could not even use their own from their thumbnails. Yeah. Snipping tool was perfect for NFTs. I predict an AI revolution more than a bubble. Some it does have usage, more so the AI art than trying to replace creatives. You know, that like right there, that is what requires regulation. This is not the first time a technology has emerged that made people fear for the arts and for human creativity. Regulation steps in when you have a good, responsible administration and leadership in general, a good lawmaking bunch of people, whatever, you know, who will come in and regulate that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Did they vote to not regulate AI? Well, give it a few years. Maybe we'll get some people in there who will actually make laws about it. I don't know. AI art can at least look a little more interesting than modern art. Alucard, that's completely subjective. I find modern art interesting. I find this at least fun to yell about, but disgusting. It's like gross. Like this is not impressionist art. This was clearly trying to be realistic and failing spectacularly. I don't really enjoy AI art. Art has to have some kind of intention or intellect behind it. It does. Some artistic sensibility, some creativity, not just aping on things that it can look at, right? Even if you're tracing stuff or just like looking at reference and drawing your own thing, your style as a human artist will feature there. It will make itself known, even if you're just developing as an artist. This is just looking at, just making a blurry image and trying to impart some kind of order to the chaos and just like nothing good coming from it. This is not good. I don't really like AI art. And I don't like AI. I don't think I have had fun with image generation before. Yes, but I wouldn't post it on my site for my legitimate business. You feel me? Like, or I wouldn't put it in the Louvre. Other than the fact that it is historically interesting, that early AI art will be historically interesting, not artistically interesting or moving. They don't even call it a smartphone anymore. It's just a phone. True. I've caught look, Araxinus, I've caught myself calling this, and it's not funny. I've caught myself calling this a camera phone. Because that's what we called the first phones that had cameras on them. Cue the meme. The Saving Private Ryan meme. Because that's how that makes me feel. Jobs created some real fanboys. Modern Apple products are like the Apple X, looks just like the Y. What is different other than it's Y+1? Yeah. I have been since 2010. No, Braithorn. I literally walked into an Apple store. I tried 5 phones and all 5 stopped working on me within minutes. Leave them alone, you monster. Jeez. We're going to put you in a Faraday. You just need a Faraday cage cloak at all times. No, I have met people who have that aura. It's, you know. So the tech equivalent to Bronodo. It has AI. For people to regulate it, we need one's more tech savvy to fix that issue. At least the AI art has more thought in it than a banana duct taped to the wall. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yet the banana duct tape to the wall is famous, isn't it? Because somebody, an AI would never have the idea to just duct tape a banana to the wall. And that caught the imagination of millions of people. It didn't have to have thought put into it because it was a random creative idea from a human being. That's a mimetic effect. At its very core, that is interesting. If the art itself isn't interesting, then the effect it has on people is. I use it for my personal enjoyment. Yeah, for AI. There you go. Okay. I got you. Good to know. Like I would use AI to make art for a logo for my company, but I'll probably ask a friend over using AI art nowadays. Yeah. If you can't, like there are people who, like I'm trying to start a business. I'm scraping by. I can't give a buddy of, I don't have an artist friend who I can maybe offer $50 to make a quick logo in Adobe Illustrator. Like throw together a logo for me, a few letters, whatever, something like that. Then yeah, do a prompt at least for a basis of an idea. You can then take that and you can put it into Photoshop or GIMP or something like that. Clean it up, make it your own. That's fine. It's for you. It's for your use. But not an image like what we looked at there. When you have you can't say they didn't have the means to create that practically. You know what I mean? I actually missed my old flip phone. I even had Java Doom on it. Oh, that's awesome. A painting of a soup can, etc. Well, people can point at that stuff all day and say art is stupid. That is just a couple of paintings or art displays or whatever. It's just like anything else humans create. There'll be stuff that you find interesting and stuff that you don't. Stuff that you like and stuff that you won't. It's all subjective. Is there some legal liability if they put some brand's product up there? Would that be an argument? It could be construed as an ad spot. Tammy, they could just put a power spec PC there. It'd be fine. I'm just happy nuclear researchers are getting funding and red tape is being removed. True. Twitch hates me. Still no MFA code. Really? It's weird. Tammy, I could be a regional thing. I have no idea how it works over there. At least the one, what was making the painting had the talent to make it. Yeah. I mean, you can joke all day long about how modern art is someone who just does they'll just go and get a bucket of paint, throw it at a big canvas and say, that'll be $50,000. Sure. I don't know. But that's not all modern art. That's not all abstract art. I find it really fascinating that there could be a wealthy person out there who would look at that and be inspired. I won't take that away from them. Sure. But by and large, art to me is a. I mean, I was raised to appreciate it. I guess you should say, I was raised to appreciate the fine arts and art in general. So, yeah, I don't know. A different perspective, I suppose. That's one reason I love certain PC. I feel like this is a form of art. But someone who's into classical art or actual traditional art might be like, that's a computer. That is the opposite of art. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. Okay. I think a lot of that high-priced art is a form of money laundering. That's okay. Where are you getting that from, BC Murray? Where are the receipts? You know what I mean? I mean, anything can be a form of money laundering if you believe in yourself. I'm making fun of the lazy version of modern art. If I showed you, if it showed you put actual thought, effort, and talent into your art, I will appreciate it. Yeah. Some of my favorite stuff is street artists. Like the people who will take things like just a lid of something and they have spray paint and they're making a galaxy and stuff like that. That's insane. I love that kind of thing. Like and there's work and developing the skill that goes into that, you know? YouTube Mr. Spray Paint USA is kind of cool. Absolutely. How much did that banana go for? Come on. That's sure. Okay. But I mean, that is an accusation, right? Like those were people who did that and that you're accusing those people of money laundering. I don't have evidence. So sure. I don't know how much the banana went for, but wouldn't it be like, if it's a banana duct taped to a wall, aren't you destroying the art by selling it to that person and taking it off the wall? Are they buying the wall? Like, I can agree. Like, objectively speaking, it's silly. Like, if you're just looking at it as a practical thing, that's silly. But somebody was like, huh, that made me feel something. I haven't felt feelings for a long time. Here's a lot of money. Cool. Call it redistribution of wealth. There you go. Okay. Well, let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and that was fun. We helped somebody out. That was cool. I enjoyed it. But it's gonna be like this for up until we're closer to Black Friday, guys. So yeah, we will still do this though. Tuesdays and Thursdays at the very least. So we'll be back on Thursday. But it's getting pretty late. Hold on. What is happening in this stream? Oh my God, this is chaos. Okay, we're going to 6.2 million. Wow. Yeah. Oh, Jesse, you're coming in at the end of the stream. We've been live for hours now. We're going to be ending it, but we'll be back on Thursday. So try to come in a little earlier if you can on Thursday. We start at 8 p.m. Central. And end around this time or up to midnight. So about 11:30 to midnight, we usually end the stream. So we'll be back on Thursday, and I'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, that's around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is it Central Standard Time or is it different? Because we just had whatever. Earlier than now. There you go. But yeah, I don't know what is going on in Cyant streams, but I've only raided them once before. I got to hang out with them at TwitchCon. They're really nice. We're gonna raid them. So don't take off if you don't mind. Hang out with me. Go raid with me. It's a fellow science and tech streamer And you know, I met quite a few. It was really, really cool to meet more people in my category, and I'm gonna try to raid more of them, other than just, you know, raiding my friends. But they are my friends now. So I made new friends, guys. New friends. It's incredible. If you want to join and you're watching on YouTube, just the link is in the description to move over to the Twitch stream. There's not really a matching function on YouTube that works. So jump over to the Twitch stream and come with me to raid another streamer. You might find another streamer you enjoy. If you like sciencey stuff, Science Streams is Science is a great channel. Let's go ahead and do that. It looks like there's some crazy stuff happening there right now. I might... Actually, is this a good time? Because there's a lot happening in chat. They're playing a game where people have to type !jump to jump. So our raid will disappear in there. They might not even notice it.
Who's going to be 6th place Turgus, 7th place Harry Cat, 8th place Clayman, 9th place Turgus, and 10th place.
Okay, the thing ended. Okay.
Do stuff, make things.
All right, let's raid Science, and I'll see you guys. Oh, South Africa time zone. Oh, I feel you. Okay. Oh, hey, UFD Tech just moved back there. But okay, I hope to see you on Thursday then.
Here we go. What do you think, Chili's to the Willie? Did you have fun?
All right, guys, we're gonna raid Science. Please join me. Always remember the north is the direction you're facing. All right, turn west. Okay. I got the reference, Alucard. I got the reference. West is left. All right. Okay, guys. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Take care. Until then, take care. See you guys on Thursday.
Let's go, nerds!